It's the Alan Cox Show on 100.7.
You ignorant trick bastard.
WMMS. Cleveland.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Good afternoon. Greetings. Hi, my name's Alan Cox. Thanks for showing up. Welcome. Say hi to Bill Squire, who's here, too.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
It's a dark day today.
It is very dark.
Dark and gloomy day. Pound Cake's back there behind the glass.
Afternoon, white people. Happy Friday.
Happy Thursday. Yeah. Well, it's a... Yeah. Do you have your day gig tomorrow?
Yep.
Do you just get the afternoon off?
Yeah, but that's still, when you work like a 12-hour day, 5 days a week, I mean, I'll take anything.
Every little bit helps, right?
Yeah, I can nap, so I'm like, whatever. Who cares if I stay up till like 3 a.m. and I have to go to work at 7, so.
You can come home and take a nap.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll drink before.
That's not bad.
Have the whole afternoon off.
A disco nap?
Like,
good for you.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I love being here, but when we don't have the show, by no fault of my own, I'm like, let me nap.
Does he make all these noises, or is he just painting a picture for me?
That's how he sleeps. That's how he starts.
That's me stretching out.
No wonder you can't find anyone to sleep next to you. You're making these weirdo noises when you sleep.
I'm a wonderful, beautiful sleeper.
I will take your word for it.
I got receipts.
Uh-huh. Making strange, unintelligible sounds as he's trying to dream into slumberland, whatever.
I miss you.
Like that when you're sleeping?
Now.
All right. Erica Lauren is out. If you'd like to join us, you can. We've got people coming up here today who are going to try to win tickets for the Tribe home opener, which is 1 week from tomorrow against Kansas City Royals. We've got 3 people who are going to play our wiffle ball bat battle.
Wiffle ball.
Wiffle ball bat battle. For a couple of tickets. We've also got a couple of the girls from Christie's who are coming up to help out with the balls and the bats, as it were. And so we'll do that around 4:20 this afternoon. If you'd like to join in, 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007. The number to text me is 35192. And AlanCoxShow.com for everything else. Not the least of which is our live stream through the Alan Cox Show YouTube channel, if you want to watch that.
I'm going to turn it off when we do the bat battle, though. I don't want anybody watching it. It's
Get a listen
audio
to
bit.
it.
Yeah.
It's audio, yeah.
No, kidding.
I was watching Brazil in a Nutshell at Alan Cox Show. Brazil. Earlier. I enjoyed that very much.
It gave me a good laugh.
Anytime there's something with scantily clad women and the word Brazil in it, too, I enjoy that very much.
And there's a nice little twist at the end, too.
Right, there's a twist. And I don't just mean me and my nipples. There is an actual twist in the video. And who doesn't love a twist?
Twist is great.
Even though if I were to spoil it for you, statistics say that wouldn't bother you one thin gilder. That wouldn't bother you one bit. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to spoil anything for you. Well, I might spoil a little bit for you. I saw that Hot Sauce Williams is closing for good this weekend. Anybody ever get over there anymore?
I've been there a few times.
It's one of the first places I went when I came to Cleveland was Hot Sauce Williams.
It's not a place I go to all that frequently, but I definitely like it.
Never heard of it.
You've never heard of it?
No.
And you supposedly like soul food?
Yeah.
And you never went to Hot Sauce Williams? That was like ground zero for that stuff.
No, I used to get
been around for like 50 years.
He gets it at home.
Yeah, homemade soul food.
Homemade.
That's essentially what this is. Well, for those of us who don't have people cooking it for us at home, Saturday.
It's an institution.
Hot Sauce Williams will close its doors for good on Carnegie.
Just that location.
However you pronounce it here.
Carnegie.
I say Carnegie, but a lot of places say Carnegie. Or I say Carnegie, and I don't know. I learned Carnegie in Pittsburgh, but that might be the one place in the world they pronounce it like that. Nevertheless, the venerable Hot Sauce Williams. You know, I think they've had little like pop-ups here and there or whatever, but the main one over there on the east side is going to be closing. There's one on Lee Road. There's a couple other spots, but I mean, that's when you want what you want and you want it immediately, you'll go over there. And so you should try them out, Pound Cake. It's pretty good.
Very good.
They still got a couple locations. But you're going to have tomorrow afternoon to do nothing. You're going to just nap the day away? Yes. Is that what you're saying you're going to do?
Well, pick some up on your way home.
Right.
They need to be on Uber Eats like the rest of the world.
Well, they might be. I'm not saying they're not. I don't know that they are or aren't.
Like,
they might be.
When I get home, I don't want to move anywhere. You tell me the house is on fire, I'm like,
If your roommates came home and said, Pound Cake, you've got to get out of the house. They called. They said, hey, we were checking on our neighbor's bird via one of those video cameras, and we saw flames licking their kitchen, which can only mean that our house right next door is not far behind. You've got to get out of there. You'd just be in there snoring?
I'd be like, 10 more minutes.
10 more minutes. So there'd be alarms all around you. The cops would be coming. You wouldn't care. You'd be sleeping the whole time.
Yeah, I'll get home. Like, if I don't have the show or anything like that.
How long would you wait? Would you wait until you saw flames, until you smelled smoke? What would it be? Because most people die in fires from smoke inhalation. They don't burn to death. They'll asphyxiate.
Probably if I saw it.
If you saw the fire.
Yeah.
So you'd need visual confirmation before you do anything.
Smoke might be coming from like something else. It don't have to be a fire.
But you know the old saying, where there's smoke, there's fire. It could, I guess, all right. It could be coming from somewhere, I suppose. But we just want to make sure that you aren't killed in a house fire, is all I'm trying to say, really. Since you've now told everyone that if that were to happen, you'd stay in bed. Are you somebody? Wait. Let me ask you this. He might be leaving something out. Are you forgetting to tell us that you have a fire retardant comforter?
I do not.
Okay. In which case, it wouldn't matter much anyway.
It does make me feel good about the bed that I threw in on, though, for his birthday. Because it's so comfortable that he was willing to die in it.
Oh, my gosh. I could die in that thing. Like, I could sleep for
You probably will.
Like, I could sleep for a decade in that bed, and then, you wake me up a decade later, and I'd be like 10 more minutes. Like, it's amazing.
Bed sores. They'd have to peel you off. Yeah, Bill's right. You probably will die in that bed. Mm-hmm. I mean, on what other occasion would you see yourself purchasing a new bed?
I don't know. I didn't purchase that one, so...
Right.
You just got to wait for a birthday.
Somebody else to buy you a new bed.
Yeah. Or until I'm of means to do so. I imagine once I got solid, like I was actually financially stable, I probably would have bought another bed or like a whole bedroom set. But that wasn't the case, and it damn sure isn't the case right now.
So a bed is not right now. It wouldn't be obviously because it's pretty new, but a bed under normal circumstances would not be one of your top 5 purchases. What are your, say you get a big chunk of money, right? Mm-hmm. Your first splurge would be what? I mean, a reasonable. I'm not talking like $1 million. I'm saying, let's say you get some kind of bonus check for $5,000. First thing in your head that you're going to splurge on is what?
Not that there's anything wrong with my car, but I want a new car. Like, I would like a Jeep.
Why do you preface it with not that there's anything wrong with my car?
Because there's nothing wrong with my car. There's no reason why I need a new one. But if I wanted to treat myself, my first gift to myself would be, like, a car.
Okay. Mm-hmm. You'd keep the horn, though, I hope?
He's got to.
Mm-hmm.
It's his signature.
It is. Here comes Pound Cake. When he's coming up and down the street, you want to know.
Sure.
All right.
If you need a bed that badly, though, I mean, you don't, obviously, right now. There's one place you can go, and they have low prices because of what, Alan?
Are you talking about Northeast Factory Direct?
Yes.
Oh, my God. I'll tell you what, Pound Cake, the deals you can get there. I would like one of those someday in my life. I would like one of those, like, big, like, King George type beds. Like
with the posts and like the
curtains.
I had one of those, a canopy.
Oh, 4-poster bed or whatever they're called. Oh, I mean one of those like thick wood beds with you just pull the mosquito tent around you or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah,
Go to sleep. You got to climb into it.
It's a love nest now. Yeah.
What does that mean?
I'm all about that.
Like when you have like the canopy or whatever you drop down the mosquito thing around it, and then it's just like a bed full of pillows. Like I love an abundance of pillows, and you just wrap yourself in there, and you can it's a love palace. You have your hookah sitting right next to you and some wine.
I understand.
Blunts.
Abundance of pillows at the Beachland this weekend. All right, listen, fine. We covered all that? Good, we've covered all that. I'm going to have Adam Carolla tickets for you coming back. He's setting sail on a one-man show called Not Taco Bell Material is the name of his one-man show. He'll hit the Agora on May the 17th. The MMS pre-sale is going on right now. If you want to buy them early, you can do that until 10 o'clock tonight at WMMS.com, and then they'll go on sale to everybody else tomorrow at noon. Text 35192 or hit us up at AlanCoxShow.com.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7.
I found out recently I've been doing something real dumb my entire life. I'm 27 years old. I found this out about 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, my buddy comes into town from Southern California. We go to CVS to get some snacks, as two chubby stoner guys do. So the two of us, we go into CVS, and we're going through the candy aisle. I grab this one bag of candy. I look at my friend, and I go, hey, man, I think I'm going to get some Reese's Pieces. He goes, what'd you just say? I was like, I think we get some Reese's Pieces. I like them. He goes, are you having a stroke right now? What are you talking about? I was like, I think I'm okay. What are you talking about? He goes, they're not called Reese's Pieces. They're called Reese's Pieces. I was like, no. I grew up a fat child. I've been saying the phrase Reese's Pieces out loud in public a lot in my 27 years. Not one of you has corrected me. So no, bullshit. He goes, think about it, man. It's a guy named Reese. They're his pieces. That blew my mind. Yeah, absolutely. That makes all the sense in the world. How does that happen? I read the word pieces just fine all the time in regular text. Books and shit. Pieces, nailed it, moving on. You throw in that one thing of candy, all that shit goes out the window. Pieces, why? The fuck is a piecey? I should know these things. I have a master's degree. I really do. I have a master's degree in business administration with undergraduate degrees in marketing and advertising that I'm not really using right now. Mostly because of this, but this is a whole bunch of fun. This isn't that stoner stuff I was talking about earlier, and we'll continue to talk about for the rest of this time. I mostly use my degrees to make fun of what companies are doing with their current marketing and advertising efforts, such as Fifth Third Bank. Don't you find people bank at Fifth Third Bank? Good, don't give these people your money. First and foremost, first red flag at Fifth Third Bank is that Fifth Third is not how you say that fraction. It is an improper fraction in the first place. If you're going to say it, it's 5/3. You're a bank. Literally, all you do is numbers. You should probably learn how to say numbers. Also, their current advertising slogan is Fifth Third Bank, the curious bank. What does that even mean? How is a financial institution are you curious? Explain yourselves. If I had to name 1,000 adjectives I want the people handling my money to have, curious would not show up on that list. Why would it? If you set your drink down at a bar, you're about to walk away, go outside, your buddy goes, oh, don't worry, Oliver's going to watch our drinks. Oh, yeah, it was Oliver, like I've never met him. Oh, he's a curious dude. I'll finish it. I found out recently I've been doing something real
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Side in the DMs. I'm Bill Squire.
I'm Pound Cake.
And we are excited. We are excited because we have all next week off, and he just found out.
Listen, guys, like, I think I'm touched. When they talk about on the show how tuned out I am when it doesn't pertain to me, I didn't realize this. It's a harsh realization. They're right. Because Alan's been talking about going on vacation for the past few weeks now. And I'm thinking like, oh, when is he going to take this vacation? It's going to be a short-lived, 2-day vacation.
Yeah, because we knew that we had Friday off. And Alan sent 2 different emails, so I can see why you were a little bit. He said we're going to have the 31st off, but then he also said we have these weeks off at the beginning of April, which I think that was like in January he told us.
Yeah, so I totally missed that part. And he's been talking about this vacation, and I didn't realize we have all next week off except for, the tribe opener. So I'm like, so much more time for activities. Like, I'm about to get like a late afternoon wank. Like, I'm just going to come home from my morning job and just like, throw all my clothes off, take a nap, and just
that's his vacation.
It's a staycation. Like, you gotta find your solace in whatever you're doing.
I get it. I'm gonna be just probably moving out. That's what I'll be doing.
I won't be helping you. I'm on my vacation.
Yeah. So, what's the best vacation you've ever been on?
The best vacation. Shoot, I've had pretty good vacations. I had spring break. I had Panama City spring break. I've had Charleston. That was a really good one. And then Boys Town. I think the one where I had the most fun, my absolute most fun, probably would be Charleston.
Yeah.
Like, I keep thinking that because spring break I was out, but like I went with my straight roommates and it was a different vibe. But Charleston, I was an adult. I drank all the time and it was just so much fun. So
mine was a few years ago. We did a road trip as a family to Missouri.
Wait a minute. Jamaica.
Jamaica was great. Yeah.
Although that was
work. So like I don't want to, and they already know about that one. We want something that they haven't heard about as much. But we went to Missouri and it was just, Missouri is Missouri. It's not that great.
But it's the company you keep.
Yeah, it was the company, like me and the kids and my ex-wife. We were still married at the time. We were still happy at the time. We had a great time just going and enjoying the time away from the show. And I did some stand-up at night. So I still kind of did a working vacation. But we went to that cave and it's still one of my kids' favorite memories. And so that's one of my favorite things about the vacations that I've gone on with my family is how they still recall those all these years later. We also did Rhode Island a whole bunch of times.
I did Disney World.
Yeah, and we've done like Niagara Falls and stuff like that. So they love telling those stories, and I love hearing the stories that they remember from their point of view and seeing how like magnificent these experiences were because they were little kids going to these places.
Part of my vacation experience, now that I'm an adult, sleeping with people. Like, I always try to, not that I want to take something back with me, because that would be a no-no. You don't want to take back an STD. But it's almost like, it's like a little time capsule. Like, I was like, wow, I've touched somebody in Jamaica. I've had sex with somebody in Boys Town. I had sex with somebody in Charleston and Panama City. It's almost like I had these little, like,
this is
6 degrees of separation.
Like, I'm talking about how I love the memories that my kids and I have together. And you're like, oh, the D I got in Charleston.
Because I just like, wow, like I want to see what different cultures are like. And like
the dude you hooked up with in Jamaica is from here.
Besides that one. I actually that was a safe haven because otherwise I probably would have sought out like an actual Jamaican, and I don't want to get cut. Like I didn't want to wander off the resort.
All right, we got to get the show started. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the show today.
Bye.
Music.
This is Tyler from Theory of a Dead Man.
This is Jared from 30 Seconds to Mars. This is iHeartRadio.
And iHeartRadio is all your favorite stations. Thousands of the best radio stations from across the country. Plus, iHeartRadio is free. Download the app today. All your favorite music, all your favorite stations, all free.
iHeartRadio. Now it's time to give stuff away. Time to give stuff away.
Okay, Adam Carolla is going out on a one-man tour called Not Taco Bell Material. And it's going to hit the Agora on May the 17th. That's a Thursday night. The MMS pre-sale is going on right now until 10 p.m. If you want to buy them early, you can go to WMMS.com. Otherwise, they'll go on sale tomorrow at noon. Okay, a couple tickets here for Adam Carolla. For caller number 13, good luck. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
The Alan Cox Show. It's like a sneeze that never comes, then it does, and it's messy, and you end up losing a few friends over it. 100.7 WMMS.
$35192, give me a text. AlanCoxShow.com. For everything else, the live stream is there. You can watch via our YouTube channel. The chat is up as well. Cavs get a win last night in Charlotte against the Hornets. 118-105 was the final. They will be back here at home tomorrow night to play the Pelicans of New Orleans at 8 o'clock. So 7:30 tomorrow night is when your pregame coverage will start. They have announced that Grant Hill, Jason Kidd, and Steve Nash will all get inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame.
I love all those players.
I do, too. Grant Hill partly owns the Hawks now.
Does he?
I think so.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I only remember him from the Pistons. I think he might have been with Phoenix for a cup of coffee, but
He did Phoenix. He was in Orlando. He bounced around the league a bit. But I think he ended his career in Phoenix.
Did he?
Yeah.
But, yeah, I feel like he's part owner of some NBA team now. So I don't know. But Steve Nash I like a lot. And, listen.
Who was the third one?
Jason Kidd.
Jason Kidd.
Yeah. Who was coaching the Bucks?
The Bucks, and they fired him earlier this season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, those are good players, Only one of them, of course, got name-checked in a Nelly Furtado song.
That's Steve Nash?
That's right. But what are you going to do? I mean, when it comes to the Pistons, for me, Grant Hill, great. But it begins and ends for me with Vinnie Microwave Johnson. I don't know what I can do about that. Rodman, sure. Some people go for the worm, but not really my cup of tea so much. So yeah, so those guys will go in first ballot entrance. That's going to be nice when they go. Hey, it's your first year. You're going to be like Nirvana in the Rock Hall. Maurice Cheeks is going in too.
Oh, Mo Cheeks.
Mo Cheeks, right?
He was a great player and a decent coach.
Yeah. Yeah, they tried to make him something on the coaching end, but so Mo Cheeks in there. Who did he? Philly. Mo Cheeks played for Philly.
I know he coached Philly.
Did he?
I think so.
I thought he coached. What's his name? I thought he coached Kevin Durant. Tried to coach Kevin Durant for a little bit in Oklahoma City.
I think he's bounced around as a coach. But
all right.
Yeah, he's with Philly.
But so anyway, so for people who are excited about the Basketball Hall of Fame, there it is. Now, whether or not Steve Nash's mullet will get inducted into the Rock, I don't know. He got rid of that after a while.
See, I never really thought of him as a mullet because it was just long hair. It
Yeah,
wasn't
but-
like
well, I
it
thought
was
it was
front. It wasn't short in the front and long in the back. It was just long hair.
I thought it
long,
was.
straight hair.
I thought he had it long in the back for a while.
I mean, it was just all like the same length.
Was it?
So yeah, I don't think I wouldn't consider that a mullet. Like, it's not like he had the top of his head as a flat top and then just let it flow.
That's
in the
what
back.
I mean. I thought he had
I don't think so.
business in the front and party in the back for a long time.
No, I don't think so.
He just had long hair?
Just long hair.
Yeah, all right.
Long floppy hair.
Floppy hair, because that dude had a 5 head.
Yeah.
And that's when you gotta. He finally chopped it off. What are you gonna do? So
Have you
he's
ever seen the
going
video of him going down the highway and someone hands him a beer and he starts drinking it?
It sounds familiar.
It's when he just got to the Lakers, when he was traded to the Lakers or signed with them. I can't remember if he got traded or signed with them, but he was there, and some people saw him going down the highway, and they got real close and handed him a beer, and he started chugging it.
Yeah,
it's a pretty cool video.
Good for him.
While
right?
he was driving?
No, he was a passenger.
Oh,
he's riding shotgun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think he was in the back actually.
He was in the back.
Yeah.
You can legally drink in the back.
I mean,
I don't think you're supposed
if
to.
you're
Not
Steve
really.
Nash.
Yeah, you're Steve Nash. You can do what you want. You're Canadian.
So if you're in the back seat of a car, and again, this will be one of these questions that's going to sound really dumb coming from someone in their 40s who should know these things, but I like to ask these questions because I just don't know them. If you are in a car, let's say 2 people in the back seat, 2 people in the front, you are in the back seat. and you're the only one drinking, this could be proven if need be, right? You're the only one drinking. The car gets pulled over. Is the driver in trouble because the person in the back seat's drinking?
See, I think it's dependent on the kind of car. Like, I know if it's...
Like, if it's an 89 Trans Am, you're all in trouble?
I think so. I think it's open container laws.
Yeah, open container.
But I know you can drink in a limo.
But why is that contingent on the car, then?
Yeah, I don't know. I think, well, because I think it's the type of license you have to have.
I see what you mean.
To be, like, if you're a commercial driver for, like, a limo company.
Right.
Or something like that. Then
that's commercial.
It's a commercial, yeah. So it's a different category. So you're allowed to drink in those cars.
I'm driving. I'm stone cold sober. I'm fine, right? Guy in the back seat is drinking a beer. I get pulled over for whatever. You know, if the guy asked me to blow, I'd blow because I know I haven't had anything to drink.
Yeah, we know you would.
Listen, first I'd cry. Then I got to get out of this.
Is there anything I can do, officer?
Please.
I'll do anything.
So I'd be in trouble then.
Yeah, you'd be in trouble.
Wow. All right.
That's the open container laws. Yeah.
All right.
That's why you have to.
All right.
Yeah, that's why you have to not do that or be a little clever about it.
Open container laws.
You put it in something that isn't a beer can.
Yeah.
No, it's just coffee, officer. Just foamy, frothy, delicious, ice cold coffee.
Foamy and frothy. Oh, it's so good. Well, I remember when we were in Paris years ago. And apparently they don't care if you're walking around. Like, you're technically supposed to get where you need to get and then have a drink. But there were people in the streets, you know, because it was around Christmas time, New Year's, and there were people in the streets. And it's just, for people who think that people should be able to publicly walk around and drink in public, you know, it's just a mess.
I think it's
people falling over. And
I think it's fine when it's sanctioned to a certain part of a city. Like, I think on East 4th... I think you should be able to drink on that street.
I think so too.
All the time, like between
like Bourbon Street or something.
Yeah, just on that one block where it's all the restaurants and bars and stuff. I think that should be open container all year long.
But the minute you step off,
right?
Yeah. All right, well, get on it, City of Cleveland. Get on it, East 4th Commercial Planning Committee. I don't know what they're called.
Nobody drives on that street anyways, so I think that street is literally just for festivities. Like, no one's driving through there.
Not yet.
What do you mean?
I don't know. These runaway cars in these streets, and, you know, who knows? Just because nobody has yet doesn't mean nobody will.
Well, they have the
barricades.
They have barricades up, and they do the valet through there. But there's enough patio space and stuff like that where that way you could jump, especially on... like the home opener. That'd be a great day to have that rule so that people could go to different bars instead of just parking at one spot.
It annoys me that you know, there's like open container laws. Like, why? I bought it. It's mine. It's not stolen.
Because of what I just described when we were in Paris. If you want the streets,
so arrest
it sounds
the people
like
that are overly drunk.
That would be everyone. Is my point.
No,
they don't have that many cops.
No, it wouldn't.
I'm telling you it would. You know it would. Look around on opening day. You don't think half those people are walking around with something tucked in their coat? I mean,
see how they can and they can conduct themselves.
You see how they conduct themselves. We all know how people conduct themselves when they get drunk.
We're creating jobs. It's up in the economy.
Who's getting jobs?
The police will have more demand for police.
They're not going to hire more police. They have the amount they got on that day.
Issue people
and if
tickets.
They're overwhelmed, well, that's but
what are you renting a ticket for if they are allowed to have the drinks?
If they're overly, like, I'm not talking about public, like,
are you talking about, like,
intoxication. So the people that can handle it, if you can play it cool, then fine. But the people that are
how do you determine if somebody can handle it?
If they're on the ground, like, you see how girls are.
Because they can handle it until they can.
Right, but if you got 50 cops downtown and 65 people who can't handle it, you're already overwhelmed.
So
this is what I'm saying.
Tickets.
All I'm saying is for people who think it's a great idea to have open containers on the streets, go to a place that has open containers on the streets.
Vegas.
It's a nightmare.
Vegas.
I've never been to Vegas.
Bill, have you been to Vegas?
Yeah, Vegas is nice.
Yeah, but every hotel, every club, they all have got security people. It's more than cops.
And it's like he said, it's making jobs. You got to have people to clean up all the vomit. Exactly. You got to have a drunk white girl recon situation. It's like a coat check for drunk white girls.
Okay, a coat check for drunk girls.
Hey, it's only 9:30 and our girl's already passed out. Can we just leave her here with you? We'll come pick her up in a couple hours.
Here's your number. Hook her up later on. That's not a bad idea.
And they give you free drinks.
Who do?
The casinos. You drink for free there.
Yeah.
Well, they're not giving you free drinks on East 4th.
That's what I'm saying. So you're still spending money to buy the drinks.
Maybe it's something that you should try. I'm just saying, as somebody for anybody who's been in the middle of a street that's full of people with an open container situation, there are not enough cops to corral that street.
If they're being violent, then
you're going to get hit. You're going to get puked on. You're going to get,
And those people, the people who aren't violent, get tickets. The people who are violent, they go into the drunk tank, and then you give them a ticket and a night in jail.
That's great, but there's never,
$1,000.
there are never enough cops to handle all of those. And we're talking the situation as it is where it's not open carry most days like that. They're
not open carry, open container.
Whatever, open container.
Guns.
Well, it's probably open carry too.
Well, yeah.
So add that into the mix. Now, how do you feel about it?
Drunk people aren't
they can barely handle it in Europe. Imagine here where everybody's strapped. Great plan.
No, I think you're wrong. Once you start,
I might be. I'm just saying.
People's pockets. People in Vegas can play it cool. They know they're there for debauchery. There's people there that go overboard because it's my vacation or it's my bachelorette party, whatever. And those people are the people that end up in jail. But the people who play
I'm saying there are a lot of those people.
Okay, so
a lot of people can't handle their high.
When you hit them in their pockets, if you issue a $1,500 public intoxication ticket, then people were like, okay, yeah, I can't do that anymore. You issue enough of those, okay, it's just like people speeding.
Right, like the dudes driving around with 9 DUIs. That was sure a deterrent. Sure worked out great. They get these guys on DUIs. They go, this is his 9th one, and people go, well, how does he still have a license? He doesn't. Just out there. Wow. Worked great.
Okay. Well, and from that point, I see.
These people are just stacking up tickets. They're like, yeah, I don't care. Whatever. But let's try it.
I say.
What do I know?
That's the risk you take.
On the chat here, they're saying in Canton, it's a $1 for an open container cup, and you can't reuse that cup because the money goes into the city. So like each time you buy a new cup, yeah. See, like there could be a way, and that's not all the time. I don't think.
Yeah, you pay a tax.
I think that's for certain
events or things. Yeah,
and I think it's event specific. I think that's how they should do it, except on East 4th. I think East 4th because it's pretty contained there. You could have people
find a way to make money
right there, but then if you want for certain festivals and stuff like that or certain days, have open container days.
Yeah.
Fun.
Come on down to Open Container Days in Canton. Live it up, everybody.
Yeah, I just feel like if you hit people in their pockets and, teach them a lesson, they're not going to do it anymore. If you start garnishing their wages because they have unpaid, public intoxication tickets, then yeah, I think they'll straighten up. I think they would.
Alan, please tell Pound Cake that free drinks while you're gambling are not free. Well, I understand what
you
can
pay the penny slots and get drinks. For a drink in Vegas, it would be like 12.
I don't think they're giving free drinks to the people playing penny slots.
No, they do.
Yes,
do they?
Oh yeah.
So
because as long as you're there, because they're making money.
No, I understand.
So they just want to keep you there.
So if you're doing anything in a casino, somebody just brings a drink by.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. No.
And that's what most people do. I haven't been to Vegas, but I had a good friend that went to Vegas, and he said he would just go down. He stayed at the Bellagio or Bellagio?
The Bellagio.
The Bellagio.
The Bellagio. He stayed there. He went down to the casino, and he said before he would go out to the clubs, he would just play penny slots for like 2 hours, him and his boyfriend. And the people kept bringing him drinks, and they just kept playing the game, and they didn't care about the game. But for a drink to be, $16, $17, paying penny slots, like that's nothing. So I would do that, and
there's a chance you could win some money.
Yeah.
Win like a few extra pennies.
Yeah.
That was my favorite part of Ocean's 11 is where they tried to break into the Bellagio. And then they said, no, we're going to go over to Greaser's Palace and try to get in there. And then I forget what the third one was, but it was a good time.
Flamenco.
The Flamenco, that's right. That's right. The Mahara they try to get into, too. All right, let me try to get you money, no free drink here, but possibly $1,000 in our $1,000 bribe. Good luck.
Your shot at $1,000. Now, text the keyword luck to 200-200.
You'll get a text confirming entry plus iHeartRadio info.
Standard data and message rates apply.
That's luck to 200-200.
Good luck from WMMS.
Well, just in time for Easter, Jesus has returned. And he called 911 because he broke into a Pizza Hut and apparently was very upset about it.
High Point 911, what is your emergency?
Yes, this is Jesus Christ, and I just broke into the Pizza Hut. I broke the window in. I'm here. Jesus is here now. He's back to earth.
All right. And so you don't work there?
No, I just broke in. Had a pizza. I'm Jesus.
And what was your
I like
name?
how you can hear the alarm in the background.
Going
Like,
off.
the guy's like, all right, you don't work there, Jesus?
They don't just have pizzas prepared. It's not like you go in and they have, like, they make pizzas to order. So
You'd
did he
think-
break in, fire up the ovens, and make a pizza?
You'd think Jesus would know that. This guy's 46 years old. I was looking at his mugshot. He looks like he's 102. Same age as me. Looks like he's 102.
Also, Jesus doesn't need, well, he's older than that. He's Jesus.
True.
It's like 2030 or something.
Yeah. 46 in dog years maybe is what they
Name
meant.
again?
My name is Jesus
What's your last name, Jesus?
Christ.
Okay. And what do you look like?
I look like Jesus. What else do I supposed to look like?
That's Jesus H. Christ to you, sir.
Why'd you do that?
Because I'm Jesus. I can do whatever I want. We're tired of Judases on this earth. We're going to clean this earth up. So what are you up to?
Well, where do you live at?
I don't. I'm from heaven.
How'd you get over to the Pizza Hut?
I'm from heaven, sir.
Okay. And did you break a front window?
Yeah, I broke the door window, sir.
And you eat a pizza?
Yeah. Had a Mountain Dew.
Jesus loves Mountain Dew.
Jesus loves Mountain
Well,
Dew.
he made the mountains. Why not enjoy the dew that comes from it? Jesus is pretty extreme.
Jesus doesn't need to break into places. He could just get in there. Like, he's a miracle worker. So why would he have to break the glass to get in?
And now how come nobody ever does something amazing and goes, it's because I'm Jesus? They always do something awful and then go, I'm Jesus, I'm the second coming, or I'm the devil, or I got voices in my head. They always drown their kids and then go, I'm Jesus, they'll bring them back to life. It's never something awesome. It's never, I gave away my life's fortune because I believe I'm Jesus. It's never ever that. It's always, I broke into a Pizza Hut.
On the chat here, someone said he should be Jesus Crust.
Well, he is pretty thin. Yeah, but I just like that he called, and, you know, I'm...
Wait, 911, what is your emergency?
Yes, this is Jesus Christ, and I just broke into the Pizza Hut. I broke the window in. I'm here. Jesus is here now. He's back to earth.
Yeah, I'm Jesus Christ, and I just broke into a Pizza Hut. But who are we to mock, really? We don't know what Jesus would do if he came back.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus, that's like the whole parable is when that person helped the homeless person and is like, oh, that was Jesus.
That was me, right?
Yeah, that was me all along.
You don't know?
You don't know how Jesus is going to appear to you.
Man, he could be inside a Pizza Hut chowing down pepperoni slices.
What if God wanted cheesy crust?
Are you watching this Kelly Ripa thing, Pound Cake? Do you pay attention to that?
No,
people are body shaming. By the way, if you can find me two better in shape, better looking people who are pushing 50,
talk about Mark Consuelos
then
and
Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos. These two work overtime on, I mean, with as busy as I can only imagine they are. These two are shredded, and they're on vacation or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And people were body shaming Kelly Ripa because she's very thin. They're like, your wife's got a boy body. She needs to get some meat on her bones. All this nasty stuff. But Jesus, are they in good shape? She's 47.
And
he's 46.
Yeah, they both can get it, and their son can get it too.
I've never seen the kid.
Oh,
but
look up her son, and I can say that because I think he's in college age. But she took a picture, and she's like, "It's his 21st birthday." I was like, "Good God!" I was like, "God damn, that's your son."
Well, these two have been married for like 22 years, but I mean, Mark Consuelos is, I mean, the guy's like 2 feet tall, but he's in great shape, and she, you know, next time I get a trainer, there, you know, you get these guys that go to the gym, and your trainer will go, well, what are your goals? And a lot of people say, well, I want to look like whatever.
Like a certain person.
Yeah. Next time I get a trainer, I go, I want to look like Kelly Ripa. That's how I look. You mean her husband? Nope.
Nope, Kelly Ripa.
Kelly Ripa.
Just lean and mean.
Jesus.
Have you seen their daughter?
No.
I don't think their daughter's 18.
Well, she's adorable.
You had to carefully pick your adjective.
I know exactly what I was going to
pick. Yeah. So Mark Consuelos having to come to the defense of his wife for people saying that she's too skinny. But hey, man, if you work at it, I'm sure it's all fatties who are giving her a hard time, but still, if you work that hard at it,
no, they're a hot
God
couple.
bless.
They're a very hot couple.
Yeah, and they're on TV. I mean, what does Consuelos do?
Oh,
I don't know what he does.
They used to do these. Amazon would do original when they were just getting into original programming a few years ago. Amazon would do pilots for shows, and then they would let the viewers vote. And he did this show. They only did a couple of seasons. It was called Alpha House, about these senators that all lived together in D.C. It was funny. It was him. He was like the Marco Rubio type. It was John Goodman as like kind of the Alabama senator or whatever. And then there were a couple of other actors that you'd probably know by face, but I don't know their names. And he was real good in it. Consuelos is funny. He can land a joke, you know. But I don't know what the hell else the guy's done. But he's been around. He was a soap opera guy.
I was going to say, I think he was on Days of Our Lives or something like that.
I think that's how the two of them hooked up. Was back in the. But still, if you're going to make fun of anybody, first of all, avoid that urge.
Are they making fun of him, or are they
general?
just trying to body shame him for being too in shape?
Well, not even too in shape. They're like, your wife's built like a bird. She needs to get some meat on her
like you
bones.
said,
I mean,
who are these people?
I don't. They're fatties, I'm sure. People sitting on their laptop.
Jealous.
And, you know. Well, it's a cliche to say that, but absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to go to a break so I can look up Mark Consuelos' daughter.
You mean
Drop
their son.
kick, huh?
You mean their son?
Bill said they got a daughter.
Oh, they do too.
I don't care what the son looks
they have
like.
a daughter.
No, I don't care what the son looks like.
Oh God, he's beautiful.
Well, you pick your battles, I'll pick mine. We are going to have, speaking of battles, we've got our wiffle ball bat battle around 4:20 this afternoon. We have 3 contestants coming in. We've got a wiffle balls and a bat. They will take cracks at each other in the hopes of walking away with those Tribe home opener tickets. That's a week from Friday. The baseball season beginning legit today, but they will be back here at home to play the Kansas City Royals. We will be live at the Brickstone Tavern next Friday starting at 11 o'clock with Budweiser to do the home opener live show. And we will have Tribe tickets for you there, too, for upcoming games. But the 3 people coming up later to try to win the home opener tickets will be here shortly. 35192 if you want to text or get to us at AlanCoxShow.com.
It's the Alan Cox Show on 100.7.
I'm beginning to feel like a fap god. Hear me beating me, it sounds like applause. Now I think my arms are strong cause I fap lots. They said I fap like a machine, so call me fap bot. But for me to fap in front of the computer, I take off my jeans. Got a fap sock in my back pocket, I don't friend fun around ab block it. Seats got sweat stains from my ass on it. On the internet I browse a big tits since Jenna Jameson was vivid. With Ron Jeremy showing all of his gut fat. I wanna see Belladonna's tatted boobs and her teeth gapped as all hell. Bolted on Sportaholic. Get 'em all, it's the vintage and amateur bang bus stop. I don't really wanna watch the storyline crap with them trying to act. See Tory Black with a nice little black jackety jack like I'm hooked on crack. At the exact same time I see these sexual acrobat stunts, I'm attracted to these thumbnails of hot European tail. Whale to the ass of my favorite actress. Sophie Dean Shyla Styles on a looking at tag team threesome. Oh man, holy crap. How could I not blow? All I do is love hot mom. See the MILF hunter attack Japanese bathtub girl volcano. Ew. I'm actually desperately in need of a nap and sandwich, but my ass sweat has got me stuck to the chair because I'm beginning to feel like a fap god. Hear me beating me, it sounds like applause. Now I think my arms are strong cause I fap lots. They said I fap like a machine, so call me fap bot. Oh man, somebody's in the driveway. Better wrap this up. Interracial anime with double penetration, Asian amateur, CF and ML leather domination. Hate farts. Midget babysitter, point of view, furry fetish, European gender reassignment, and a foot job, wall twerk, gangbang, bisexual celebrity sex tape, pregnant, tentacle hentai. Okay, that got disturbing fast. I think I'm done. I'm beginning to feel like a fap god. Hear me beating me, it sounds like applause. Now I think my arms are strong cause I fap lots. They said I fap like a machine, so call me fap bot. Why won't it clear the history? No!
Hey, we're just going to do a quick little, what do we call it? Sign in the DMs, that's what it is. And I just want to go over some pound cake, some of Pound Cake's
my vocabulary
phrases and stuff like that. So, what does it mean when you say, is it spill the tea?
Yeah, you can say spill the tea.
Yeah, what does that mean exactly?
It means you had the talk, the gossip, the word on the street. So it's just like, girl, you're sipping that tea, like, I got something to tell you.
So wait, is it sipping the tea or spilling it?
Spill the tea.
Spill the tea, okay. So I got something to tell you, but then you spill it.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a good saying. All right, what are some more things
you can
say?
just say I got the tea.
I got the tea. Okay. Hot on the block, or the block is hot.
The block is hot,
That's
meaning the term is used for, it would be for like a drug dealer. Like if you're riding with your friend and...
Were you ever a drug dealer?
I was never a drug dealer, but I had some drug dealer friends. And the block was always hot when I would ride with them because they would always have weed on them. And I'm like, oh my gosh, if we get stopped by a cop, I'm going to jail too. So I'm like, the block too hot for that. Don't be carrying the weed in your backpack. So I use that for anything now.
Oh, you're so from the streets.
Weed dealers. Look, hey, have a dime bag and we're going to go to prison for the rest of our lives. But yeah.
That's the most hardcore drug you've ever done, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're not, lame. What else? Give me some other ones that you say.
What else do I say on this? I can't think of it off the top of my head.
Make one up then.
No, I can't just make one up. What do I say all the time that gets under people's skin?
Saggy in the draws. What's that mean? Make that up.
Saggy in the draws?
Yeah.
That means you bottomed and some poop fell out, and then...
No, I don't want this to... Oh, okay. So
yeah, saggy in the draws. Don't give me that.
So, does that happen?
Not to me.
I know. Oh, I know you're not a bottom, but is that like
some people? If they don't clean themselves before they bottom, you gonna get a. It's a butthole.
Yeah, it is a butthole. It is a butthole.
What other sayings do I say on a regular basis? See, I use them so much. I don't even remember what I say. It's like word vomit. It just comes out.
It just comes out when it happens.
Yeah.
Like when you have a saggy in the drawers.
Saggy in the draws.
Ugh.
Just like the pudding in the sweat socks or the gym socks or whatever.
Yeah.
Like saggy boobs, saggy in the draws. It would be the same effect.
Yep. Whew. Your breath's bad again today. What did you eat?
Oh, it's always... First of all, maybe I need my mints.
I got mints in the office.
I have mints right there, but...
Yeah, it's a lot of garlic.
Oh, then it's definitely from at work. I had pizza from lunch today.
Yeah,
so
it sticks with you real bad.
And you know what? You said the same thing about that yesterday because I had Chipotle and I always get... Maybe it's the fajitas. I need to lay off.
I feel like you had this. Maybe it's because I'm hanging out with you more in close quarters, but the breath was under control for a while, and it doesn't seem to be under control anymore.
It's under control.
Then how come I'm smelling your breath every day?
You're all up on me.
Well, I'm sorry. I got to get out of here. Thanks for watching, guys. All right, so we were talking a little bit about depression in the last segment. Are you, when you're going through something that makes you sad, are you I'm not going to eat at all, or I'm going to eat my feelings?
I'm going to eat my emotions. I'm definitely a eat my emotions person because I never understood the philosophy of comfort food. I never understood that theory. I'm like, now I understand. Because food, you can understand it. You know, it tastes good. It makes you feel like home. It brings back memories.
Yeah.
And you can literally sit. Like, I've learned.
That's why you can eat food that other people will be like, oh, that's disgusting. But it takes you back to a time of comfort.
I have a cycle now. Like, when I get home, I will literally have my food in front of me. I have the bag of Chipotle or whatever fast food I'm eating that day if I'm home alone. And I will not take a bite of it until I find something to watch on TV.
That's discipline right there.
But like I will watch something. I'm just like, no, that's not good enough. I want to eat my Chipotle and enjoy what I'm watching.
No, I'm totally there with you.
It's weird, isn't that weird?
Here's the thing though, is like I'll do that, and then I'm through my food in like 6 minutes, and I'm like, this movie still got 2 hours left.
Like I have nothing. Like I cannot take a bite until I find something good. It has to be something good and enriching for me to eat my food, and so it's so dumb. But I never understood that concept until now. But luckily, everyone keeps saying that this isn't wood, but whatever.
No, that is wood.
I'm not overweight yet, but the only reason why I'm not overweight is because I've been lucky in that department.
Yeah, I wish I had that metabolism.
Everybody else in my family is big. Everybody else or was big.
Yeah, that metabolism, boy. My weight has gone up and down, and now it's just up. All the way up.
I'm just going to enjoy it while it lasts. I mean, what am I supposed to do? I mean, I know exercising, but I'm tired now and I work 2 jobs. Like, I don't, like, when I get home, I don't want to do a thing. You always talk about me ordering Uber Eats. Like, that, because that's because I don't want to move. I get home, and I do this.
You just plan it on the way home, know what you want to eat, pick it up on your way home.
I do.
Well, then...
Sometimes I do.
Then.
But other times I don't. I'm like, how many times am I going to have Chipotle during the week? I want something different. So I look at my, my options on Uber Eats.
Where you're living is surrounded by places that you can go and pick up on your way home.
I've hit them all already.
Yeah.
I want something different.
So, I don't know. You're just... I just know that you struggle financially, so that's one thing.
But doesn't everyone, though?
Yeah, but that's why when you're paying already a lot for a meal, because none of the stuff that you get through Uber.
This is the 50th anniversary of WMMS Buzzard Radio, an iHeart radio station. And this is the Alan Cox Show.
(216-578-1007) or 800-348-1007. 35192 to text. You can watch the show. The live stream is at our YouTube channel at AlanCoxShow.com. About a half an hour or so, we will have our contestants up here for our wiffle ball bat battle for Tribe home opener tickets. That is 1 week. They'll have 8 days of the regular season under their belts by the time they get home. For the game against Kansas City Royals next Friday. And we will be posted up at the Brickstone Tavern, which is right across the street from Progressive Field. We'll be doing the show live starting at 11 a.m. We always do the home opener show a little earlier because the game's in the afternoon, obviously. So when RMG signs off, we'll start up. We'll have prizes for it. It's all brought to you by Budweiser. Bill will reveal his perm.
Can't wait.
When we're down there.
Getting it on Thursday. No, Wednesday next week.
Wednesday next week.
Charles Scott Salon, thanks for all the help. Thanks for making me beautiful.
Yeah. Is Carrie doing it or somebody else doing it?
Someone else is doing it. I think
All
Carrie
right.
was booked up. She's in, demand.
She's in high demand.
Yeah.
I know. They're going to pull your hair through the little... I actually don't know how they do it anymore. They probably do it the same way, but...
Yeah,
it was a long time since I had a perm. 25 years ago, probably.
It will be Loretta, which I think is a perfect name for someone that's going to give a perm.
Give a perm to a man.
That's a perm name.
Mm-hmm. Hello, I'm Loretta. Mm-hmm. I'm here to give you a perm. Tribe playing the Mariners tonight. They start off on the West Coast. You're never going to believe this. Both teams 0-0.
Undefeated.
Undefeated. That is a 10-10 game tonight that will be airing on WTAM 1100. If you want to listen to that. And the next Friday, they will be back home. I saw that the LA Rams now have 2 male cheerleaders. Listen, if you have a brand new franchise in a city, mind you, LA, a city that historically couldn't give a fat frog's ass about football, now has 2 professional teams. So take your pick. Want to be a Rams fan?
Almost as many fans.
That's right. Or the Chargers that moved out of San Diego. I still don't understand that whole move. I'm sure it was whipping it out. And, like when professional teams threaten a city, they threaten to leave unless we get what we want.
Yeah, they want a new stadium, and then they're like, okay, fine, we'll move the team. And they move them to a soccer stadium. It's like,
but they also move them to a city that doesn't care about football and has another team.
Yeah.
It's not like they moved them to, I don't know, what's a decent-sized city with no professional team? I don't know, whatever. Austin, right? It's not like they made them the Austin Chargers. So anyway, but the LA Rams, so you're trying to get people to come out to your games. Trying to get people, whatever it takes, to get people to come out. I would think that if you're targeting your stereotypical NFL fan, the addition of male cheerleaders might not do the trick. Sure, you're making NFL history for whatever that's worth. And hey, God bless them, whatever. I don't care. But they got themselves a couple of hoofers who are now Quinton Perron.
No.
It's probably Quinton Perron.
I think that's
Quinton,
closer. Probably closer to that.
It's not Quinton Perron?
It's not Quinton Perron.
All right, Quinton Perron.
But that Quinton Perron, that's the best water you can get.
Is it really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's from that aquifer in Fiji. Quinton Perron and the other guy's name is Napoleon Ginnies have been named to the LA Rams dance squad this week, or the cheerleading squad. They will perform the same routine as the female dancers.
How progressive.
The Ravens and Colts have guys who will do stunts with female cheerleaders, but don't dance. You know, you need some guys. This is when you get into, you easily get into some sexist territory, but there's really no way around it. You need those guys out there to be the base. And so that's what the Ravens and the Colts are doing. But the Rams, because it is L.A., you can put a football team in Los Angeles, it's still going to be L.A. It's not Denver, it's not Chicago, it's Los Angeles. So these two guys are on this cheerleading squad now.
Okay.
And they've been
That's
they've
fine.
been making the rounds, and hey, why not us?
That's a good team, though, so at least they'll have something to cheer for. I think the Browns should have an all-male cheerleader squad. I think that would be
just drop the
very
WMMS. Yeah. The Cleveland Bros.
Yeah.
All right.
Browns Bros.
Mm-hmm. You think that'll get people out to the games? Hey, we've got guys on our cheerleading squad.
And they're hot.
Come on out.
I mean, it can't be any worse. Anything will help at this point, right?
Anything will help?
People aren't showing up to the games. The team's not winning.
Yeah.
Why not do a stunt like that? Maybe it'll get Pound Cake interested in football.
Not only that, but listen, and this kind of goes to my point. With L.A., you're going to get people who know what they're doing. The Browns just need to do an open call. Like when Mark Wahlberg played for the Eagles.
They made a movie about that. It wasn't actually him playing for the Eagles.
I want him.
No.
It's like that. I'm like, why would that guy want to give up his movie career to play professional football? But now that makes sense.
It's a dream, yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. But these guys, it's L.A., so you're going to get guys who are, well, they want to be actors. They want to be professional dancers, whatever. Midwest teams, you get the Browns, you just do an open casting call for guys who want to cheer.
See, it's one thing to do it in L.A. I would like to see them do it in a place where people are not going to be okay with it. Do it in a place like Tennessee.
Kansas City, Missouri?
Yeah. Where they'll be like, what? Got cheerleaders? I don't want to see that.
Yeah, but that's
I want to see men just beating the crap out of each other in tight outfits. I don't want to see them dancing while they do it unless they score a touchdown.
That's what you'd get here.
Yeah.
That's the reaction you'd get here.
I know, and it'd be funny.
Yeah.
I'd enjoy people's ridiculous outrage over something that is so meaningless.
The Browns are announcing their male cheerleaders for the 2018 season. So a whole bunch of people tried out for this because, again, it's L.A., and these two guys got chosen. Now, granted, it's like 38 girls and these guys. But, you know, one step forward, right? For all you guys who love to complain, well, why can't I do? The ladies want equality. Why can't I do that? Well, here you go.
There was girls that played on our football team.
Yeah, because you went to Oberlin.
And what does that mean?
They just needed bodies.
No, there was enough guys for the football team, but the girls just wanted to play.
And in Oberlin, there would have been nonstop protests if they didn't let the girls play football. So.
They made the paper.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Of course they did. Yeah.
But yeah, I was just thinking about that. I'm like, yeah, they're facing
male oppressors allow females on patriarchal team is probably what it says.
One of my favorite episodes of The Simpsons is when they all play pee-wee football, and Lisa shows up to tryouts, and she's like, "Ha, what do you think of that? A girl on the team." And Ned Flanders is the coach. He's like, "Great, we got 3 girls on the team already." And she's like, "Oh, well, I don't really want to play."
Yeah, not anymore. I was trying to make a point.
Do the cheerleaders get paid if you cheerlead for like a professional team?
Yeah, but not very much. There's actually a story about the Saints cheerleaders and how micromanaged they are because they can't have like a public Instagram. They can't have.
That girl got fired.
Yeah, like they have all these different things set up so that they are, because they're representing the Saints as a brand, and they don't want them to like capitalize off of it in any way. And so
I think the
and they
mascots
get, like,
make
minimum
more
wage,
mascots
basically.
make more money than the cheerleaders.
Yeah, they don't make a lot at all.
Yeah. The girl who was with the New Orleans Saint-Sations is the cheerleading squad there. She got fired because she put an Instagram post of her in a bikini or something, which I don't understand why that's a big thing.
Right. Most of the time they sell calendars where they're in bikinis.
Right.
Is it because they own their intellectual property or their actual bodies?
It's not much of an ownership
rights,
stake, I guess. Yeah. She had a photo of her in a lingerie bodysuit, and the Saints said that violated their policy. Mind you, they're not wearing much at all when they're out there dancing for the team. But,
well, New Orleans is known about, for being a place where you have to be real buttoned up.
It's very puritanical. Mm-hmm. They get this reputation for anything goes. But listen, fact remains, when you land, if you've been to New Orleans, when you land, they will hand you, as you walk into the terminal, they will hand you a turtleneck and pants. And they'll say, put this on.
We don't care that it's 90 degrees with 100% humidity.
110% humidity. Mm-hmm. That's right. Who do you think you are? One of the Saint-Sations?
They are the Saints, though, so they got, an image to uphold.
Yeah, they are. So, yeah, this is a Mississippi gal, and she wanted to dance for the Saints, and she got fired. Her mother was a choreographer for 18 years for the New Orleans Saints. And, get fired for something interesting, like she fingered Drew Brees or something. It's something good.
Yeah, get fired like if you slept with like Orlando Bloom or something like that, or like one of the athletes. Because remember that one girl who was
There's probably a guy on that team named Orlando Bloom.
Well, maybe, but I just remember the one girl that got fired from her like hotel gig because she slept with one of the guests in the hotel. And the guest was Orlando
Bloom.
Yeah.
Right.
And she didn't regret it. She was like, yeah,
of course
I did.
not. Hey, would you lose your stupid hotel job to bang Orlando Bloom? Guy's rocking a kickstand. She's like, yeah.
Yeah, but he has a turtleneck.
But she only got found out because she hung out in bed.
Yeah, she was.
That's why you got to get up and go. Go, go, go. He leaves, because that's what you do. He leaves. She's like, I'm just going to... She wanted to luxuriate.
Smell
like
the
Pound
sheets.
Cake would have done, right. And then the housekeeping comes in. What are you doing here? Because I think it was in England. And that's my amazing English accent.
Nailed it.
Hello. Yeah, and she's rolling around in bed.
He didn't even leave me any socks. Any of his socks or any undies that I can remember him by. I think I would take something.
What's a lingerie bodysuit, though?
It's like one of those sheer lacy things that just looks like a one-piece bikini, but I think it's more see-through than they would have liked. Orlando Bloom, I think he did end up leaving something that she thought was a mint on her pillow. Just didn't end up being that.
I can't believe she got fired over that.
Maybe they'll bring her back.
They absolutely should.
Mm-hmm.
Or she should go to a rival team. Go to the Jaguars.
I think they signed a
Something
non-compete.
Like that. They're not a... I don't think they do.
They might.
They're in a different market, though. Unless they're playing in L.A. or New York, there's only one team per town.
Maybe they're not allowed to be any cheerleaders for like an NFL team. They have to be like a cheerleader.
Then she can work for the Pelicans.
A basketball cheerleader.
Skank it up, yeah.
Skank it up. I don't know what that team... I just like the names of the cheerleading squad. Saint-Sations. Chicago, we had the Honey Bears, the Lovables.
So we just got the Cavs girls here? That's
we got the Cavs girls.
Cavs
yeah,
girls.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not interesting.
I've been very unlucky when it comes to football cheerleaders.
Oh,
I don't even know if. Well, yeah, most of the places I've lived, except L.A., and they didn't. I don't think football was there when I was there. Most of the places I've lived, no cheerleaders.
Yeah.
Steelers don't have cheerleaders. I don't think the Bears do. Honey Bears sounds like something, but I don't know. I could be making that up. Could be wishful
the Browns,
thinking.
They tried to do
Browns
it,
don't have them. Give me something.
They had a name for it and everything. They're
What
the
was it?
Brown Cheery Hose.
Now, why couldn't they get that going?
I don't know.
That's a great squad. I want to see them. Alan, the Saints cheerleaders have to get up and leave a restaurant or a bar if any player or team personnel walks in. Yeah, but how would you know?
Yeah, what if you
You're
don't know
at the bar
person?
and what's his name is down at the other end of the bar?
Someone would make a scene. Someone would be like,
well,
oh my
Drew
gosh.
Brees, you're going to know it's him because he's got a pretty distinct face. He's got that birthmark on his face.
Right.
You know
Looks
him.
like he took a pan
But
to the-
any other player, they have helmets on the whole time. Do you really know every single player on
Right.
the team? You're not at the practices
Yeah.
with them. You show up on Sundays, and you're busy the whole time.
Yeah.
And what are they losing if they're making $35 an hour. Like, so who cares? They're like, okay, I lose my gig.
It's the prestige.
Because I sat at the bar. Prestige of what?
Oh, I think they'd be lucky to make $35 an hour.
No, I said $8.35 an hour.
Oh, $8.35 an
minimum
hour.
wage.
Right. Is that minimum wage?
I think.
I thought it was higher than
Let
that.
me check my paycheck.
Yeah, check your per hour on that. I don't know what minimum wage is. I should know that. Makes me sound like I'm out of touch, Bill, when I don't know. It's like when they ask a presidential candidate. All I got to tell you is I don't know.
They make
what
$1 bills.
Minimum wage is. It's like when they ask presidential candidates how much a gallon of milk is, like a gotcha question, and they go, I don't know, $8. I wouldn't know either. I guess I would know. It's like $4 or $5, right? Depending on what kind you get. But I don't know how much minimum wage is. But if this cheerleader's singing at the bar and Sean Payton the coach, I think he's still coach.
Yeah.
He's a Chicago
Good job.
boy. He's
one.
from Chicago. That's
I
the
know,
only
but
reason
still,
I know.
the fact that you knew a coach.
Yeah. He walks in. She's like, I got to get out of here. She's on a date. I got to get out of here. Why? The coach is at the other end of the bar. Because I have a feeling the coach would be like, don't worry about it. Just, I didn't see you. You didn't see me. There's got to be a little quid pro quo there.
And it just makes it even more, like, kind of sexy that they can't be around. Oh, I can't be with the players, so now I want to be with the players.
I have to pretend that I can't
And
see
who's going to
you.
know if they actually are together?
Exactly.
I hope when they bring back the
Because everyone's so
XFL
indiscreet now.
I know they didn't want to do any gimmicks, but the XFL thing where they wanted the players and the cheerleaders to date, I hope they bring that.
That they want the cheerleaders and players to date.
Because they want to be able to cut to them so they look worried in case the player gets hurt real
That's
bad.
right. Oh, my God. There goes my meal ticket. There goes my gravy train in the Sex FL. Did you find out how much minimum wage is?
Oh, no. I didn't know. I was actually looking that up.
Man, I just wondered if you had it off the top of your head.
No.
Minimum wage, $8.15 an hour in Ohio.
$8.15. So I said $8.30. Huh.
I mean, Michigan, it's about $10, $11 in California. So higher in some places, lower in others.
The cost of living's higher, so.
$8.15 per hour. I think last minimum wage job I worked, it was $3.35 an hour.
Jeez, it's been a
I'm
minute.
old. It's been a long time.
Last minimum, I think.
Yeah.
It was probably like $5.75 last time I had a minimum wage job.
Yeah.
So it's been a while.
Yeah. So anyway. Hey, good news though for Pound Cake. The Pope says that there's no hell. So for people who are paying attention to this, mostly Catholics, but Pound Cake is always worried about hell. For most of us, we gave up on the notion of hell a long time ago because it's patently absurd. Nevertheless, breaking with every bit of church dogma that there is, Pope Francis says, hell is not a thing. I can't do his accent. And he said souls...
Just do Italian.
No, well, he's Argentinian.
I know, but Italian works.
Hell don't exist.
He's been in Italy for a while now.
He's been there for a while, yeah. When you die, nothing happens. So he said that...
so if hell doesn't exist, does heaven exist?
That's the rub. Because you gotta... Do you need both? I feel like it's...
What's the point?
Right. That's what keeps people in line. Hell is what kept people in line.
Mm-hmm.
Making up hell. He said it's not a thing.
A lot of Catholics do not like this Pope. I told you that. They think he's way too liberal. They think he's like out of touch with, the Bible.
He told you that.
They think
you hadn't heard that from any other person.
They think that
Pound Cake told you.
They think he's too liberal with fake places like heaven and hell.
Well, if you're the Pope,
but these guys make stuff up all the time. If you're the only responsibility, the only thing people believe about the Pope is that in matters of church dogma, you are infallible, right? That you are getting your teaching directly from God or whatever. So whatever a Pope says with respect to church teachings and dogma, he's supposed to be infallible. But these guys change stuff all the time because it's as much political as it is religious. So if he goes, I don't think that there's a hell. Because as time goes on, you're going to get, it's like anything else, you're going to get popes who were of a different generation.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's not 95 years old. I don't know how old he is. He's probably late 70s. So he goes, no hell,
That's really just, so many people have been selling hell for so long, and now they got to just completely rebrand their religion.
Yeah.
There's a pastor that had hell all ready to go for this Sunday.
Easter Sunday.
Yeah. He's like, we got to talk about hell. We're going to talk a lot about hell this week. And then the Pope's like, nah, not anymore. I got to rewrite this whole script.
Great timing, Pope Francis. Easter's coming up. We were going to talk about Jesus fighting off hell and death to come back and rise. And now we got to do this? Hello? Hey, what's up, guys?
Oh, hell no.
It's a devil.
Hey.
Did you hear the good news?
I did hear the good news.
Oh, man.
2 male cheerleaders in L.A.
Yeah. 2 male cheerleaders.
Stop talking to him, Bill. The devil is a lie.
The devil is our friend. He calls in all the time.
Pancake, buddy.
All right, get these behind me, Satan.
That's where I am right now. Don't turn around.
Ooh, Ace of Base. Are they in hell?
You didn't feel that little pinch on your bum? That was me.
Oh.
Yeah. But guys, listen. The great news is that there's no hell.
I am so happy about that.
You'd think I'd be upset because that's kind of been my whole thing. That's been my whole bit. But I don't mind getting downsized from this. I'm going to cash in my 401k and I am going to hit the road. I'm so looking forward to not having to run this joint anymore, since apparently it doesn't exist. Can't wait.
What's your next stop then? What are you going to do with your career or your life? You have so much time now.
I have an eternity.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hadn't really thought about it. I got so used to putting pineapples up Hitler's ass that, you lose sight of what you just lose sight of what your goals are. And so I'm gonna cash in everything.
You know what?
I'm gonna go to Cabo first.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I figure that's the closest place on Earth to this place.
You need some you time to figure things out, to figure out what you want to be, what you want to do. You've been kind of following this plan that someone else, really, your dad's been telling you what to do forever.
Yeah, I never wanted any of this. I never wanted to be in the family business. I wanted to be a painter.
Yeah, start painting.
I'm going to. I'm just going to have to pick another medium. I've been using blood for 8,000 years, so I figure maybe I'll start with acrylics, maybe some oils. But listen, I just wanted to say, it's been fun talking to you guys, but I'll be off the grid for a bit.
All right, man. Well,
now that hell isn't a thing.
Let me know how things work out.
Say goodbye to Pound Cake for me, all right?
I will.
All right, thanks. All right, listen, we have got our contestants lining up, I believe, if everyone's here on time, for our Wiffle Ball Bat Battle for home opener tickets next Friday. We're going to have 3 contestants come in. Got a couple of the girls from Christie's coming by to help as well, so we'll get to meet everyone in a few minutes. And then somebody will walk out with a couple of tickets for next Friday's Tribe home opener against the Royals. 35192 if you want to text.
It's the Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS and everywhere you go on our free iHeartRadio app. From the Hard Rock scene.
We're back.
What's up, guys? So it's siding in the DMs, but we're actually in an awkward office.
Yeah.
If you can't see. And I did want to bring up this topic because it just goes to show you that you are replaceable. We had MySpace. That was replaced with Facebook. Snapchat is now replaced with Instagram because Instagram can do anything that Snapchat can do.
Yeah.
And they really made a mess up. Their stock went down like $800 million. Don't come for Rihanna because if you do, there'll be repercussions. So apparently on the Explore function of Snapchat, you can play games, and I don't really mess with that. I don't really use Snapchat as it is, and I'm glad I don't now. But on the Explore function, it had something really old where they were talking about the mess up between Rihanna and Chris Brown, and it said,
this is from years and years ago.
The incident was from years ago, but Snapchat just did it recently.
Brought this back.
Yeah, and it said, if you could, who would you rather not do, but punch Chris Brown or slap Rihanna? And then Rihanna got wind of that, and then so she was like, oh, Snapchat's a whack, Rihanna, Navy, comfort them, troll them. And pretty much their stock went down from that.
So you think all that happened because you think they lost $1 billion because of Rihanna?
Yes. Yes, I do think they did that. Because
I don't think it's all Rihanna.
In the climate that we're in, you cannot joke about domestic violence. And because the incident happened, it wasn't like it was Miley Cyrus and Joe Jonas or something like that, somebody obscure. This was referring to the incident that happened. And you cannot joke about...
No, you cannot joke about
domestic violence.
But...
And they knew how serious... Do I have Chipotle breath?
You have something going on.
Chipotle breath.
Yeah.
Ooh, I have Altoids too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he needs.
That's why I wasn't.
Take a couple, because.
That's why I wasn't looking at you.
I know, but it's wafting around, and it is not good.
I just had Chipotle. Anyways. Yeah. So they.
So you think $1 billion all because of that one Rihanna?
They issued an apology, and because they knew
I just don't think it was all that. I think it's because people are leaving Snapchat in droves anyway. Because, like you said, you can do everything on Instagram now.
So were they trying to get some publicity?
They messed up, and I think it definitely is a factor. But it's not $1 billion.
This goes through channels. This goes through channels. Like, people look through, like, oh, that'd be fun. That'd be funny. Like, let's do that. And you go to the explore function and you see something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think people are tired of Snapchat. I think if you can do everything that you did on Snapchat on Instagram, and that's more of a factor than the Chris Brown Rihanna thing. That stuff happens all the time, and that's not going to be a factor. I mean, Rihanna's got a lot of pull, but she's not $1 billion pull for Snapchat.
It is when it's a part of a movement.
But it's not. I don't think...
You see how the Weinstein Company filed for bankruptcy?
But I didn't even hear about this. $1 billion, and I didn't even hear about it.
You're not into pop culture.
I'm into news. I read everything that happens every day, and I didn't see this.
Okay, well, you missed out. That's one thing amongst the million that are happening right now.
All right, well, I just don't think I don't think Rihanna was responsible for the entire $1 billion.
Okay.
But you do.
Well, now they're completely underground now.
All right, if you say so. All right, thanks, guys. Well, you got to get back to work. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Side in the DMs. I'm Bill Squire.
I'm Pound Cake.
And we are excited. We are excited because we have all next week off, and he just found out.
Listen, guys, like, I think I'm touched. When they talk about on the show how tuned out I am when it doesn't pertain to me, I didn't realize this. It's a harsh realization. They're right. Because Alan's been talking about going on vacation for the past few weeks now. And I'm thinking like, oh, when is he going to take this vacation? It's going to be a short-lived, 2-day vacation.
Yeah, because we knew that we had Friday off. And Alan sent 2 different emails, so I can see why you were a little bit. He said we're going to have the 31st off, but then he also said we have these weeks off at the beginning of April, which I think that was like in January he told us.
Yeah, so I totally missed that part. And he's been talking about this vacation, and I didn't realize we have all next week off except for, the tribe opener. So I'm like, so much more time for activities. Like, I'm about to get like a late afternoon wank. Like, I'm just going to come home from my morning job and just like, throw all my clothes off, take a nap, and just
that's his vacation.
It's a staycation. Like, you gotta find your solace in whatever you're doing.
I get it. I'm gonna be just probably moving out. That's what I'll be doing.
I won't be helping you. I'm on my vacation.
Yeah. So, what's the best vacation you've ever been on?
The best vacation, shoot, I've had pretty good vacations. I had spring break. I had Panama City spring break. I've had Charleston. That was a really good one. And then Boys Town. I think the one where I had the most fun, my absolute most fun, probably would be Charleston. Yeah. Like, I keep thinking that because spring break I was out, but like I went with my straight roommates, and it was a different vibe. But Charleston, I was an adult. I drank all the time, and it was just so much fun. So,
mine was a few years ago. We did a road trip as a family to Missouri.
Wait a minute, Jamaica
was great. Yeah.
Although that was
that was work. So like I don't want to, and they already know about that one. We want something that they haven't heard about as much. But we went to Missouri, and it was just, I mean, Missouri is Missouri. It's not that great.
But it's the company you keep.
Yeah, it was the company, like me and the kids and my ex-wife. We were still married at the time. We were still happy at the time. We had a great time just going and enjoying the time away from the show, and I did some stand-up at night, so I still kind of did a working vacation, but we went to that cave, and it's still one of my kids' favorite memories, and so that's one of my favorite things about the vacations that I've gone on with my family is how they still recall those all these years later. We also did Rhode Island a whole bunch of times.
I did Disney World.
Yeah, and we've done like Niagara Falls and stuff like that. So they love telling those stories, and I love hearing the stories that they remember from their point of view and seeing how like magnificent these experiences were because they were little kids going to these places.
Part of my vacation experience, now that I'm an adult, sleeping with people. Like I always try to, not that I want to take something back with me because that would be a no-no. You don't want to take back an STD, but it's almost like it's like a little time capsule. Like I was like, wow, I've touched somebody in Jamaica. I've had sex with somebody in Boys Town. I had sex with somebody in Charleston and Panama City. It's almost like I had these little like
this is the
6 degrees of separation.
Like I'm talking about how I love the memories that my kids and I have together, and you're like, oh, the D I got in Charleston.
Because I just like wow, like I want to see what different cultures are like. And like
the dude you hooked up with in Jamaica is from here.
Besides that one. I actually that was a safe haven because otherwise I probably would have sought out like an actual Jamaican, and I don't want to get cut. Like I didn't want to wander off the resort.
All right, we got to get the show started. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the show today.
Bye.
audio.
If people are
there you go. All
there
right,
we go.
Now it should be working.
If you're watching on our live stream, that way you can hear
and
everything.
here is our stripper. Your name is
Dancer
you're Crystal,
Bill,
you work
please.
Here. Oh,
dancer.
No, these are dancers. She's a stripper.
Who, Maureen?
All right, yeah. Hi, and you are?
Maureen.
Oh, you're Maureen.
That's
okay.
Maureen.
Wow, I thought Maureen was one of the dancers.
I did too when she first walked in.
I'm sorry to hear about your current girlfriend.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Is Maureen already putting the moves on you?
I think she is, and I'm
All
not
right.
sad about it.
Yeah.
Maureen, and you said you played softball in the past.
Yes, and I do not have a wife.
Oh, okay.
Just to Alan's contrary.
Yeah, I wanted to know. Was Maureen a former dancer?
Were you a former dancer?
No. I used to bartend at Crazy Horse.
Okay, well
Many
that
years
makes
ago,
that
and
makes
I've
more
been
sense.
bartending throughout the years, but yeah.
All right.
Because she's top
and what do
heavy,
you do
so
now?
there had to be a reason for
I
that.
work for a major hotel.
Major hotel.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're glad you made it. And then let's meet our ball girl. Your name is?
Selena.
Selena.
Am I speaking too close? Or should I?
you're good.
Okay.
And Selena, how'd you get roped into this?
I don't know. It just happened.
She sounds thrilled too.
Do you know what you're going to be doing?
Not as much. No, I was just really drunk yesterday. My manager told me about it, so I kind of agreed.
This is exactly the kind of girl we want too.
So here's what you're going to be doing. You're going to be helping put the balls on that tee right there while they hit the balls at each other. So you think you can do that?
I guess so.
Just want to see what she looks like. Are you drunk now?
No.
All right.
I wish.
Yes, absolutely. Mike wanted to know if you have to do it seductively, and everything needs to be seductive. All right, so who's going to go first?
Well, hold on. Let me play the intro here.
Oh, yeah, let's hear the intro.
The Alan Cox Show presents
Swung on and hammer, swung on plastic, swung in a drive.
the Wiffle Ball Bat Battle.
Play ball.
All right, very exciting. Now, this is going to go down how? Each person is going to get they're going to get 30 seconds. Who's going to time? Is Pound Cake going to time
Yeah,
this?
hold on. I'm going to try and turn my cameras. Oh, yeah, there we go. Can you give me some light? Yeah, I'm going to need some light out here because the other day when we had a fire, one of the lights burned out here, so that's great.
We're really set up properly for the...
shine it on her, yeah. Oh, that does nothing. All right. All right, so we got 30 seconds. We got a timer going. Who's timing?
Who's timing?
Okay.
Who's the first at bat, Bill?
Maureen is first up.
Maureen. And is Pound Cake going to be counting? Who's going to be counting?
Pound Cake's going to be I'll be counting, and Pound Cake is going to be grabbing balls.
Okay, and the hallway doors are shut.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, hold on. Let me try and get a better... All right. This is a real shrimp show. I
That's
like
all right.
it. Can you actually move this up a little bit? Careful, because it falls apart pretty easily. There you go. There you go. Get nice and close there. Now we got a better view here. All right.
I'll tell her when to go.
And why don't you stand right over here so that you can just place them on, because it's all about speed here. All right, ready? As soon as on your mark, get set, go. All right, she missed completely. Started off with a swing and a miss.
Maureen is the first one up.
And she missed the ball again.
Mm-hmm.
And the microphone fell on the ground. Oh, still no hits. All right, yeah, put it on there. You don't have to go and grab your own balls. Okay, all right, she's still at 0.
She hasn't hit the ball one time.
She hit it once.
Once, okay.
She's still not made contact with any of the contestants.
With Victor or Mike. I'm
Right.
watching the live stream myself.
Yes.
All right.
Still no.
Another swing, nothing.
Is she out? Is that time up? Time. She has 0.
0 for
I
Maureen.
thought you did better with
All right.
balls.
Oh.
You gave it a good shot, though. But maybe they'll be just as bad.
How is Selena still vertical? She's okay?
Selena, you're still doing all good?
Yeah.
This microphone keeps falling. All right. Here, Pound Cake, you're holding this and collecting balls.
Is the tee too wobbly?
I
Nothing
just
we
think
can
she
do
was a
about
little
it.
nervous about it.
A little nervous, okay.
All right. All right, here comes Mike. Ready? We gotta get the timer ready.
Okay.
On your mark, get set, go. Still, all right, you gotta be in there, Selena. You gotta be ready to go. Still nothing. Still
Nothing.
0.
Nothing. No hits on anyone.
No one. No, still nothing.
We're going to have a three-way tie for 0.
Yeah, this is great. This is... Hey, that's 1!
Who's that, Mike that got 1?
Mike's got 1.
All right.
2. All right. You can definitely tell someone was drunk yesterday. 3. See, he's going for the big target. Victor.
0.
All right. So he got 3. Mike's got 3. So that is the score to beat right now.
Is 3.
Yes.
Maureen said she played softball. What
She
happened
did.
to that?
Like T-ball's different than softball, apparently.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So
All right.
Mike has 3 to Maureen's 0.
Yes. Victor's up next.
Even the guy as big as
How
Victor,
you
they
doing?
didn't hit him.
Are you hanging in there?
Yeah.
I saw you kind of get wobbly there for a second, so. All right. On your mark. Get set. Go. All right. You got to get in there, Selena. It's still 0. Keep going. Oh, he's going for the face. He wants to. Oh, he's got 1. He's got 1.
All right.
Keep going. Keep going.
15 seconds.
All right. Come on. You got to get at least 2 more to tie and go to sudden death. Oh, we'll count it, 2. Yeah, why not?
5.
1 more. 1 more. Come on. At least get. Oh, no.
1. 0.
Oh.
How many did he get?
Nice try. He got 2.
Mike wins with 3.
Mike wins with 3.
Oh, boy.
And I think he's in cahoots.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Yeah, I think he's in cahoots with Selena.
Mike is in cahoots with Selena?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Maybe
All
he
right.
gave her some Excedrin.
You win. Yeah,
It
here's
looked-
the winner right here.
It looked more like golfing than anything else.
Yeah.
Who escaped? You work downstairs, right? I work downstairs.
Yeah.
So you're just gonna, are you still working now?
You're holding a mic you can talk into.
I didn't know if it was on or not.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's it. I'm going to get her back in the studio, and then we'll sort all this out. If you guys want to hang out here for just a bit, we got packages and prizes for all of you.
Let's talk to, bring Mike the winner in.
The Alan Cox Show presents
Swung on and hammer, swung on plastic, swung and a drive.
the Wiffle Ball Bat Battle.
Play ball.
You can get on this microphone right here, Mike.
Oh, we got to switch to
Oh, yeah? I didn't know there was so much. Well, congratulations, Mike. Why don't I hear you? Hold on. There you go. What a victory.
It
What
was
an
fantastic.
amazing victory.
It was almost a rocket to 0.
What a day for champions, right?
It's fantastic.
What do you do downstairs?
Claims adjuster for
Yeah.
an auto carrier.
People send you claims and you adjust them.
That's
You ever
right.
thought about trying out for the Indians? Because, I mean,
Well,
you got a mean swing there.
Now I have.
You got 3.
I was watching the live stream, but there's a delay on that.
Yeah.
But so I kind of couldn't tell what was going on. Was it hard to get those off that tee? I didn't realize the tee was wobbly. I thought it was
it's wobbly. It's hard to get them back on the tee.
Right.
After you do a hit.
Because Selena was hung over.
Right.
Right. That too. Right.
Yeah,
then
the
when
tee
you
wasn't the only thing that was wobbly.
And then when you hit it, the ball would just go perfectly straight, so everybody's flanked.
But
And it would
Victor
go-
looked huge. I figured he would be an easy target.
Right, so
Well,
I
that's
had-
what he-
I had
that's
to
what he
adjust
did,
my stance a little bit.
I did.
to
Okay.
aim at him.
So Maureen got nothing.
Right.
Yeah, she got nothing, and Victor got 2.
I give her credit for going first, though.
Who, Maureen?
Yeah.
She was pretty top heavy though. Maybe that was thrown off.
Yeah, I think we should get.
I think her center of gravity.
Can we
was a
get
little
Maureen
screwy.
in here so we can get like a proper interview?
Yeah, let's bring Maureen in.
All right.
You bring Victor in too.
Yeah.
I don't want to keep Selena awake, but Maureen and Victor can come in. We can talk to the second and third place. They get consolation prizes, so nothing wrong with that.
All right.
Well, congratulations, Mike.
Yeah, Mike, you're the big winner.
I appreciate it.
Big winner,
This is
buddy.
fantastic.
Right?
I was looking for tickets, and they're darn expensive.
I feel like the last time I ran into you was at a Tribe game or something, or it was a Monsters game or something.
I want to say it was a comedy
It was in the
tour.
parking garage.
Oh, it was a comedy tour.
Was
from
it comedy
last year,
tour?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Bob Seger actually. I think going.
That was a while ago.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah. Okay.
What a great show that was.
That was awesome. What is he doing out there? Is he
He's
wrangling
trying to.
them?
Yeah, they're all getting their prizes because
Oh, okay.
no one's going home empty-handed.
Get Maureen, but I got.
That's okay. Victor,
Did Maureen leave already?
Get on this microphone here, Victor.
Okay.
So we can. Yeah.
All right, this is Victor.
Get right into it. You can. How you feeling, buddy?
go?
How you feeling?
Not too great. I just lost in home opener
you-
tickets.
Yeah.
Are you sweating? You look a little. You look
I'm
beet
nervous,
red.
man. I really wanted to go to the game.
I know. I feel you.
I wasn't playing for myself. I was playing for a friend. That's why
You were playing for a friend.
No sob stories.
So you were trying to give of yourself, and it didn't happen.
Yep.
Did you tell this friend, or were you going to surprise them?
He knew I was doing it.
Yeah.
But I guess that's why your show motto is never help others.
You'd never help anyone.
Never help
yeah,
anyone.
that's right. That's on the mission statement.
Guess I
right.
should have just stuck to that.
Well, that's okay. You got to
No.
live your own life. But thank you for participating.
That was awesome.
I hope everyone bowed down to Mike.
Now,
Selena,
Selena-
are you doing okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Get in here
Yeah,
so
yeah.
everyone can hear you. When
Yeah,
are
get on
you?
that microphone there.
If people wanted to come see you at Christie's, when would they come see you?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
I think.
Are you gonna be working during the day? Because I know a guy that's got a ticket. If you want to go to the opener.
Are you a daytimer or a nightimer?
Yeah, I'm a daytimer.
Daytimer?
Yeah.
What are you doing here then in the daytime? You got today off?
I was just gonna hang out today.
So somebody.
That's really about it.
So somebody from the club calls you and goes, "Hey, can you do this ball thing?"
No. I was at the club yesterday when my manager told me. I was
Yeah.
at the bar.
So he said, "Hey, you
No,
have
it's a
time tomorrow?"
she.
She said, "You
Yeah.
have time tomorrow?"
Yeah, Al, it's 2018.
I'm so 2000 and late, Bill.
Yeah.
Did she say you're going to do this, or did she
Late
say
teen.
you want to do this?
She asked me if I wanted to do it, and I was a little tipsy, so I said yeah.
Yeah, I'll do it.
What's
I
your
don't
drink of
care.
choice?
Yeah, what are you drinking?
Tequila.
Good girl. All right.
Yeah.
And what? Or just straight?
Straight.
Solid. Look at this one.
Yeah.
Then you earned your hangover. Congratulations.
I don't get hungovers, so
Okay. Well, good.
Well, that's because you're how old?
I'm 22 only.
Yeah, so that,
22
yeah.
only.
22 only.
22
yeah.
only.
Yeah.
She's a
All
youngin'.
right. That's okay.
That's,
well, thank you for coming over here.
Thank
You
you.
did
and doing this. Yeah.
You did a. I mean, this is the first time you ever had to do anything like that. So
What, hit with, like, play with balls or, like, hit them?
to put him on a such a small.
Try to
stick.
get him on a wobbly stick like
Yeah.
that. You know, it probably
No.
it was
Well, yeah.
it was testing
Yeah.
your balance. at
Well,
some
I
point.
think I played softball when I was, like, 8, but then I, like, just quit because I wasn't good at it.
Right, and that was only 14 years ago. So
Right.
you know,
It's a long time
It was a
ago.
long time ago. Right.
Yeah, Alan was doing this show.
That's right. Yeah. Well, what are you gonna do? Listen, thank you for coming in.
Thank
and
you.
doing
You did a
this.
great
Guys,
job. We're very happy with it.
congratulations, Victor and Mike. Maureen can come in too. Come
Yeah,
on,
get Maureen in here.
Come on, come in. We want to hear from you too before I let everybody go. Maureen, get on this microphone right here.
How are
so
you?
everyone can hear you. Hi, how are you, dear?
I think
doing
Selena
well,
has to
thank
catch her
you.
Uber.
See you. What's that?
I think Selena has to catch her Uber.
That's
Selena
your
has to catch her Uber.
Oh, yeah.
Are they?
Okay. well, thank you.
All right.
Oh, no, it says 11 minutes.
Okay,
Oh,
you're good.
He's just trying to get you out of here.
I was
Yeah.
looking out for her.
He's
All right.
looking out. Never help anyone, Pound Cake. Maureen, I think after you were telling us about your softball experience,
And I don't have a wife.
I heard.
Yeah, I heard. No, you asked.
No, but you got two girls.
You've
What?
got two beautiful girls.
talking
If
about-
you
daughter.
right.
I'm talking about your jugs.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So
You were just
Glasses
rubbing them.
Too, Bill.
Yeah, you can have them.
So
thank you.
You're
your
welcome.
your softball experience did not come in
I know
handy.
it didn't. Well,
I was surprised. I thought we had a ringer on our hands, but not so much.
No. Everything new takes a little bit of tweaking when it gets started. So
I understand.
I'm glad,
Mike won.
Yeah,
Victor was
definitely.
here too.
Right, it was great.
What you said you used to work at Crazy Horse? Used to bartend there, right? You said that. Didn't
Yeah.
you say you said you used
Just
to?
you said it 10 minutes ago when you were talking to me. It's not a different show now.
I don't think she
know,
knew
but
that I
didn't
could hear
realize
her.
we were
Yeah.
here.
Right. You didn't think I could hear what was going on?
I did. I bartend part-time.
Yeah. Do
For-
or did?
I'm sorry?
Do or did?
I still do.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
fine.
The Crazy Horse was on Brook Park Road.
Yeah.
Many
Was or
years
is?
ago.
Right, long time ago.
My daughter is 18, so it
Uh-huh.
was before her.
Uh-huh.
And
Is that an important piece of
It
information?
is.
You know you're not being deposed
Yeah.
right now, right? This is
Everything was on the up and up.
No,
I cannot
mean,
recall.
it
I
was-
cannot
I was
recall
just
where I worked.
bartending. I wasn't.
I understand. What do you do now? You still bartending?
I do part time.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'll be working at Play tomorrow night.
What do you do the other part of the time? Just hang
I
out?
work for
Yeah, can't you
Marriott.
tell?
You work for Marriott.
I do.
Yeah, okay, good.
For about 13 years.
Beautiful. I had hotel gigs back in the day, right? Helping people out.
Yeah.
Say, hey, here's your key, whatever.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, I can do that.
I know. All right. Well, listen. Thank you for participating. I'm sorry it didn't go the way that you
That's all
wanted.
right. I'm glad I met you guys.
You can share an Uber with
I didn't live right down the street.
It's right down the
I
street.
live in
right.
Menor, so I'm good.
Okay. Well, good luck.
Oh, is anybody going to be in Menor on Saturday?
Why,
yes.
I can be there.
I think Pound Cake's going to be in Menor on Saturday.
Yes, I will.
Wow. Yeah.
She can't hear him.
She can't hear him, but that's okay. Okay, well, listen, thank you guys. Everybody get out all at once.
Thank you,
Get out
guys.
of there. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
I was in the elevator going to my car.
I know. I wanted to
hang out. We'll go to a break. You can take a picture with us.
I
if
wanted to
want
give
or
you a
anything like
proper
that.
send-off. So,
I appreciate that,
thank you.
Alan.
All right,
Love
here's
you.
that chance for that $1,000 here for you, and we'll be back after this.
Your shot at $1,000. Now, text the keyword bank to
We're just going to do a quick little, what do we call it? Sign in the DMs. That's what it is. And I just want to go over some Pound Cake, over some of Pound Cake's
my vocabulary,
phrases and stuff like that. So, what does it mean when you say, is it spill the tea?
Yeah, you can say spill the tea.
Yeah, what does that mean exactly?
It means you had the talk, the gossip, the word on the street. So it's just like, girl, you're sipping that tea, like, I got something to tell you.
So wait, is it sipping the tea or spilling it?
Spill the tea.
Spill the tea, okay. So I got something to tell you, but then you spill it. Okay. It's kind of a good saying. All right, what are some more things
you can just say, I got the tea.
I got the tea. Okay. Hot on the block, or the block is hot.
The block is hot,
That's
meaning the term is used for, it would be for like a drug dealer. Like if you're riding with your friend and...
Were you ever a drug dealer?
I was never a drug dealer, but I had some drug dealer friends. And the block was always hot when I would ride with them because they would always have weed on them. And I'm like, oh my gosh, if we get stopped by a cop, I'm going to jail too. So I'm like, the block too hot for that. Don't be carrying the weed in your backpack. So I use that for anything now.
Oh, you're so from the streets.
Weed dealers. Look, hey, have a dime bag and we're gonna go to prison for the rest of our lives. But yeah,
that's the most hardcore drug you've ever done, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're not. Yeah. Lame. What else? Give me some other ones that you say.
What else do I say on this? I can't think of it off the top of my head.
Make one up then.
No, I can't just make one up. What do I say all the time that gets under people's skin?
Saggy in the draws. What's that mean? Make that up.
Saggy in the draws?
Yeah.
That means you bottomed and some poop fell out, and then...
No, I don't want this to... Oh, okay. So
yeah, saggy in the draws. Don't give me that.
So, does that happen?
Not to me.
I know. Oh, I know you're not a bottom, but is that like
some people? If they don't clean themselves before they bottom, you gonna get it's a butthole.
Yeah, it is a butthole. It is a butthole.
What other sayings do I say on a regular basis? See, I use them so much. I don't even remember what I say. It's like word vomit. It just comes out.
It just comes out when it happens.
Yeah.
Like when you have a saggy in the drawers.
Saggy in the draws.
Ugh.
Just like the pudding in the sweat socks or the gym socks or whatever.
Yeah.
Like saggy boobs, saggy in the draws. It would be the same effect.
Yep. Whew. Your breath's bad again today. What did you eat?
Oh, it's always... First of all, maybe I need my mints.
I have mints in the office.
I have mints right there, but...
Yeah, it's a lot of garlic.
Oh, then it's definitely from at work. I had pizza from lunch today.
Yeah,
so
it sticks with you real bad.
And you know what? You said the same thing about that yesterday because I had Chipotle and I always get... Maybe it's the fajitas. I need to lay out.
I feel like you had this. Maybe it's because I'm hanging out with you more in close quarters, but
yeah.
The breath was under control for a while, and it doesn't seem to be under control anymore.
It's under control.
Then how come I'm smelling your breath every day?
You're all up on me.
Well, I'm sorry. I got to get out of here. Thanks for watching, guys.
I found out recently I've been doing something real dumb my entire life. I'm 27 years old. I found this out about 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, my buddy comes into town from Southern California. We go to CVS to get some snacks, as two chubby stoner guys do. So the two of us, we go into CVS, and we're going through the candy aisle. I grab this one bag of candy, I look at my friend, and I go, hey man, I think I'm gonna get some Reese's Pieces. He goes, what'd you just say? I was like, I think we get some Reese's Pieces, I like them. He goes, "Are you having a stroke right now? What are you talking about?" I was like, "I think I'm okay." "What are you talking about?" He goes, "They're not called Reese's Pieces. They're called Reese's Pieces." I was like, "No." I grew up a fat child. I've been saying the phrase Reese's Pieces out loud in public a lot in my 27 years. Not one of you has corrected me. So no, bullshit. He goes, "Think about it, man. It's a guy named Reese. They're his pieces." That blew my mind. Yeah, absolutely. That makes all the sense in the world. How does that happen? I read the word pieces just fine all the time in regular text. Books and shit. Pieces, nailed it, moving on. You throw it on that one thing of candy, all that shit goes out the window. Pieces, why? The fuck is a piecey? I should know these things. I have a master's degree. I really do. I have a master's degree in business administration with undergraduate degrees in marketing and advertising that I'm not really using right now. Mostly because of this, but this is a whole bunch of fun. This isn't that stoner stuff I was talking about earlier, and we'll continue to talk about for the rest of this time. I mostly use my degrees to make fun of what companies are doing with their current marketing and advertising efforts, such as Fifth Third Bank. Don't you find people bank at Fifth Third Bank? Good, don't give these people your money. First and foremost, first red flag at Fifth Third Bank is that Fifth Third is not how you say that fraction. It is an improper fraction in the first place. If you're going to say it, it's 5/3. You're a bank. Literally, all you do is numbers. You should probably learn how to say numbers. Also, their current advertising slogan is Fifth Third Bank, the curious bank. What does that even mean? How is a financial institution are you curious? Explain yourselves. If I had to name 1,000 adjectives I want the people handling my money to have, curious would not show up on that list. Why would it? If you set your drink down at a bar, you're about to walk away, go outside, your buddy goes, "Oh, don't worry, Oliver's going to watch our drinks." "Oh, yeah, it was Oliver, like I've never met him." "Oh, he's a curious dude." I'll finish it.
Traffic.
From the Elk and Elk Traffic Center, if you were injured because of medical malpractice, call 1-800-ELK-OHIO. Stop and go traffic 271 south between Chagrin and the 4014 split. You have an accident blocking the right shoulder 271 south after Broadway Forbes. Watch for an accident at the bottom of the 490 eastbound exit ramp to Broadway. At 71 south remains heavy between West 150th and the Sheldon Road overpass. I'm John Crawford in the Traffic Center.
This report is brought to you by Indeed.com. Indeed, used by over 3 million businesses for hiring, where business owners and HR professionals can post job openings with screener questions, then sort, review, and communicate with candidates from an online dashboard. Learn more at Indeed.com/hire.
It's time to give stuff away. It's time to give stuff away.
All right. Flogging Molly and Dropkick Murphys are going on their first ever co-headlining U.S. tour, and they're starting it here in Cleveland. Friday, June 1. They'll kick the whole thing off at Jacobs Pavilion at Nautica. The tickets are on sale at livenation.com. This pair for you if you are caller 16. Good luck. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
From the Final Touch Construction Studios, this is the 50th anniversary of WMMS Buzzard Radio, an iHeart radio station. And this is the Alan Cox Show.
Well, everybody seemed happy.
Yeah. Everything,
Those
whenever
are
we
a
do
lot of
something like
work.
that,
We don't do that
always-
very
yeah.
often, and that's why.
And that is why.
Right.
A lot of work for very little payoff. But there were some good laughs.
Still
and
fun, though.
It was fun. And
We
it's
get
fun
to
do
have
something
some
different.
guests up here, and why not? Indians opening day, by the way, is sold out for next Friday, obviously, but a lot of great seats still available for upcoming games. You can go to Indians.com or just grab the MLB Ballpark app. There's no reason you got to be running around with paper tickets really anymore. You can buy tickets there. You can forward them. You can scan them digitally. So the MLB Ballpark app should be on your phone before the season begins here at home. They said today was the first 30-team opening day in the history of Major League Baseball. 30 teams starting today.
Yeah, usually it's like
Staggered,
one
kind of.
team will start on a Sunday night or something like that. There's like a marquee game, and then it all kind of kicks off the next day.
Yeah.
But this is kind of different, and I kind of like it.
You see that?
Jumping right into it.
Did you see the Cubs clip?
No.
The Cubs-Marlins game was the very first game today, 12:30 Central Time. And the very first pitch of the game was a home run.
Nice.
Ian Happ from the Chicago Cubs. First pitch of the Major League Baseball season, and he dings it out of the park. So congratulations to him. If you're a Cubs fan, and I am not, that should make you happy. I don't even know who Ian Happ is. But it can't make the pitcher feel good. They're like, and we're off. Another season of Major League Baseball. Oh, it's gone. Anyway, all right. If you're listening to the show on iHeartRadio, let me know where you are if you're out of state. I'd like to hear from you guys off the map. Dennis listens in Grove City, PA. Sonia is brand new in Schenectady, New York. TJ listens in Honolulu. Jim is in Colorado Springs. There's people all over the place. What do you want me to say?
Well, right now I am on the brink of freaking out.
Why?
Well, I told you that thing that I told you in the break, so that's got me a little bit rattled. And I don't think people understand how much work goes into this. And I know people bust balls, but you guys got to understand that
Why,
I'm
who's
doing
busting
this.
balls?
As someone on the live stream chat is just
ignore
talking
'em.
shrimp or
Ignore
whatever.
'em.
And I try to, but it's a constant thing. So
it's not even worth it.
It's really not worth it, but you have to understand when things are going on in my life that I'm not going to talk about on this show because they are private and they are not anybody's business but my family's. I'm still doing my job.
Right.
And so when you guys are talking and goofing around and you think that you're being funny, you have to understand that there's other things going on in our lives, and you got to chill out because I'm doing everything I can, putting myself through a lot for this show.
Bill's our video guy.
Every single day.
Bill's our video guy.
Every single day. And I don't have to do this.
That's why I keep telling you, you don't have to do this. And I was commending you. That's why I keep giving you props on this.
And so when people are saying like, oh, there's a dude, I couldn't see anything because of Bill. Dude, you need to F right off.
What do you mean they couldn't see anything because of you?
They couldn't see whatever. It doesn't matter. They could see what was going on here because of me.
Yep.
Now, I'm not the best cameraman in the world. We don't have the best setup for this situation. So I made do with what I could do. And I'm a little rattled right now because of other things that are happening in my life. Normally this stuff wouldn't bother me.
Yeah.
But because of that, I'm a little bit of a raw nerve. And I just want this person to understand that I'm compartmentalizing my anger right now.
You're spinning a couple of plates.
It's seeping through, and so I'm a little sensitive. So if you could just chill out, just get off the live stream. If you don't want to watch it, then don't watch it. But don't try and make me feel like I'm not doing a good job for something that I don't have to do.
Right.
I don't have to do that for you guys. I bought things with my own money to do this, to make it better for you guys. I take my time every day to make this happen for you guys. If you don't want it, and I know a lot of you guys do want it, but you guys got to eat your own. You guys got to be the police in that. I don't have a moderator in there. If someone's talking shrimp, get them out of there. I'm not going to do it.
That's why I don't even look at the chat.
I try. I usually don't.
I try. I like sometimes I'll peek in, and it's not as bad as it used to be. In the early days of the chat, it was brutal. But that's why there's, and I know you're spinning a couple of different plates, but yeah, it's not even worth getting freaked out about people.
And again, normally I don't even care when they say whatever they say. It's literally water off my back. But because I'm a raw nerve because of this other incident that happened today,
right.
I'm just real shaky. Just real. I mean, and you know this because there's days when you've been on the show when something happens in your personal life and it's not something that you're going to bring to the show.
Nope.
But you
got to go on and go, hey, everybody,
yeah.
What's going on? Let's have some fun. Yeah, I know.
So,
what would make you feel better? You want me to play some farts? You want some pound cake songs?
Pound cake songs is absolutely what I want.
Okay, let's play some pound cake songs, all right? For people who didn't hear the original thing about a week or so ago, Pound Cake was talking about he loves the shows where the gay dudes flounce into the room, and that was the noise he made, and so we made some pound cake songs for... Oh, it's fun, right? Here, I'll give you this one.
Might solve a mystery or rewrite history.
All right, I'm like 20% better right now.
Okay.
Okay. All right. 45%.
Uh-huh.
Stop. Oh, a little curveball here.
This is for Bill, actually. He's trying. Satisfaction. Satisfaction. Mood AF.
What if we could get iHeartRadio to just do a pound cake song channel people can go to?
Incredible.
That'll be our next corporate initiative. Mm-hmm. They'll be sending it to all their other stations.
Whatever happened to the soundboard?
All our debt gone in no time.
Yeah.
All right, I'm like 90%.
It's all in me.
All right, gotta get it.
Anything you want done, baby. It's all in me. Boom, boom, boom.
Perfect.
Take me out to the ball game.
He's always like a half a
Take me
step
out
behind
to
or
the
ahead. Oh, it's great.
He gets a little excited.
I do that for you guys.
I know you do.
I appreciate it. I'm there. I'm back now.
He's back.
I don't care if we ever get back, so it's root for the Indians. Go Tribe. If they don't win, it's a shame. Or it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Wow, look at that. Bop, bop, baloo, bop, bop, bamboo.
Yep.
Nails on a
right.
chalkboard.
There you go. Now that
All
is
better. Nice little reset there.
Little iHeart Radio Pound Cake channel is what they need over there.
Didn't you used to have on the website the AC soundboard?
We did, but there were so many other things going on that I didn't update it, and it's just there's all this minutia that sounds like fun, and then we get it set up. I'm like, oh, I gotta update this.
Yeah,
but also the way the website's laid out now, you can't have anything on like the front page except
different
for
format.
Yeah, so
yeah,
it just doesn't work out as well.
Right. Alan, Bill did a great job on Maureen's Girls. Did you zoom in on Maureen's?
I was doing what I could.
Yeah.
I was also trying to work with the headphones that were cutting in and out constantly.
Is that what it was?
That was very annoying. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anytime I'd move, they would just drop out the
I could
signal.
hear you just fine. I was worried because sometimes those wireless mics themselves will cut in and out.
Yeah.
Because like if the battery connection's weird or something, but I could hear you fine. But
and it was just a mess. But then and that was all fun. It was the news that I got from about something going on in my family that.
And like right before.
And like literally right before. Well, I got it right before we did that segment. So as everybody's showing up,
I see.
I had to like pop into a side studio and make sure.
I thought you got it
things
after.
are going. No, I got it right before it. So it's okay. Everything's gonna be all right. But it definitely was an upsetting bit of news to get right before going into a segment like that.
Hello.
Hello, Bill.
Oh, hey, what's going on, Mozgov?
This is Timothy Mozgov.
What's up, buddy?
I was listening on the I Hate Radio app.
Is that where you were listening?
That's what that's what they told me to listen to the show when I can't be in Cleveland, which is always. And I heard you're having a bad day, Bill.
Just a bit of a stressful day. Do you have any kids?
I have little Mozgov, yes.
Yeah, so sometimes when you get news about your kids and you're worried if they're safe or not, it can be a little upsetting.
I know how that is, Bill. When I worry about little Mozgov all the time because we live in local in New York, and there are lots of people that want to take pictures of him because he's Timothy Mozgov's son.
Oh yeah.
I tell them not to.
How is he? Like little? Like how young?
He's very young, very small. He's 5,
and
he's 6'3".
That's actually not small at all. That's pretty gigantic.
Well, in Russia, that's small.
Yeah.
We call him Little Pee-wee Mozgov because he's so short. Nobody knows what to do with him.
How tall were you when you were 5?
When I was 5, I was about his height.
Okay, so there's still hope that he can, grow into it.
Everybody said, "Don't worry, you'll grow." We had dinosaurs as pets. We were all very tall back then in Russia. I mean dinosaur bones, not actual dinosaurs. That would be a stupid thing to say. Can you imagine, Bill?
Yeah, actually, someone on the Cavs said that there was a time when dinosaurs were on the Earth. There was giant people that had them as pets. Did you hear about that?
I did not hear about that. You mean there's person on Cavaliers saying dinosaurs pets and Mozgov can't get back on team?
Yeah, pretty much. That was on the Road Trippin'.
I don't like that at all.
That was on the Road Trippin' podcast with Richard Jefferson. Have you ever been on there?
I don't know what the words are that you're saying.
He was on. You were teammates with him.
Who?
Richard Jefferson.
Never heard of him.
He was on the championship team with you.
Oh, was he? He was the guy that was very funny on Snapchat.
Yes.
Not so funny on the games.
Okay.
Right, I remember it.
He was pretty good for us, though.
He was good for us. You know who else was good for us?
Who's that?
Timothy Mozgov.
I agree. I agree. I'm surprised they never asked you to be a guest on that podcast, though.
Well, I'm not surprised. I'm not playing very well these days.
Yeah, but you
Is
didn't.
it a podcast for really good players? Because I haven't really been one lately.
No, it's just a podcast for anybody that they want to have on there. You don't have to be a great player. You can just go on. You should hit him up and do an episode. I think it'd be real fun.
Does Mozgov have to bring his own pod?
No,
Because I have
no,
pods
it's not
at
that.
home.
No, it's not a podcast.
Pods. You said pod. Do I have to bring pea pods? Is that what the
Oh no, it's not that. No, podcast is just kind of a nickname. Like, it's just an audio recording. So all you gotta do is show up, bud.
Alright, maybe. Back in Russia, we had to bring our own pods everywhere. Because we put peas in all our food. That's all we had. Peas and beets.
Well, that is.
So podcast in Russia is when someone dies, we lower them into the ground, and everyone throws peas at them.
They cast peas at them.
As a final farewell, Bill.
Well, that is very confusing.
Right.
There's a different meaning over here.
Alright, listen.
I think I like your version better, though.
Me too. I hope, I don't want you to feel bad, Bill. Hopefully you'll cheer up. I have to go get little Moz coffee.
Okay.
He's trying to...
Alright, I'm sorry.
He's trying to climb out of the skylight again. I need to go get him, Bill. But I'm going to send you a copy of my video campaign for Bring Mozgov Back to the CLE.
Okay, I will spread it around everywhere. I want you back here.
That's right. I need to get paid, though. That's why I'm starting my Defund the Land campaign. So that the money could go to Mozgov.
So you want all the money that's supposed to go here to go to you?
Not all the money.
But a lot of it?
Some.
All right.
Some, yes. So little Mozgov can afford leg lengthening surgeries.
I don't think that's a thing.
I think it might be, though.
Okay.
All right, listen, I hope you feel better, and I will send you some, I'll send you a Mozgov family care package.
All right, man. Thank you. I appreciate it.
There will be some vegetables and assorted clods of dirt. All right, goodbye, Bill.
Wow. All right. Bill, you're a peach, says Tia. She's number 414 on the black. I thought she was 314. 414. Maybe I've been reading her wrong the whole time. Rest in peace. Yeah, well. He can't think of everything, right?
Right.
Marilyn Manson and Rob Zombie are going out. Strangely enough, both of their given names. They're going out on a co-headlining tour this summer. If you like either or both of those men, it's a good time. It sounds weird, but to this day, and I've been to a lot of shows, the Rob Zombie pit is one of the most brutal pits I've ever been in. You wouldn't think it, but there it is. Twins of Evil tour is going down at Blossom on July 17th. So if you want to check that out, we'll hook you up coming back. 35192 if you want to text or get to us at AlanCoxShow.com.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7.
Welcome back to Side in the DMs. You were just ogling that picture of Andy Cohen.
Oh my gosh, he is my favorite snack. Like, I've said it from a long time. Now he's all ripped and...
What if there was what if he made a snack called Andy Cones?
I would be down. Like, that would be my favorite.
Those would make him, I mean, he's already doing really well, but that would take him to a whole nother level, because what gay dude wouldn't just go crazy over Andy Cones?
Yeah. Well, like, do you think my fascination with older men comes from some type of, like...
Daddy issues? Yes, absolutely.
I don't think so. I think I'm just attracted to older men. I don't think you have to have daddy issues to like older men.
But do you have daddy issues?
Yes, but that's not the point. I don't think that's why. I find older men attractive. Older men can be attractive. You don't find young women attractive?
I find young women attractive.
You have children issues?
I find older women attractive. I find women my age attractive. So I find, like, the whole spectrum I find attractive.
So if
I'm not just specifically into younger or older
I'm saying,
women.
if you like a MILF, does that mean you have mommy issues?
Yeah, probably.
I don't think so. Like, you just like an older woman. They're more experienced. They treat you better. There's no BS. They don't tag you along. I just feel like
they take care of you because they're moms. So I feel like you can have those issues, but it's not necessarily the issues, but sometimes it's also just like it's a little bit taboo, and I think that's a turn on for some people.
Taboo?
I think for you, the daddy issue, or not, I don't think it's a daddy issue as much as it is you want someone that's more mature and not going to play games and not going to mess around the way that someone your age is going to.
Perhaps. I had this one experience when I was 19 with a guy, and he was very wealthy, and I did it. How I met him, it was exactly how you're not supposed to meet anyone. I found him on Grindr. I went to his house by myself while I was alone on spring break, and we messed around, and we had a relationship for a long time. Like, not a relationship, we never were like boyfriends, but we did relationship stuff to the point where he was like, I was in college at the time, and he was like, you can move in here. I'm like, you're nice and all, but my mom would kill me. Like, that whole summer I pretty much stayed at his house, and to the point where when I was getting ready to go back to school, he's like, you just stay here and commute into school every day. I said, like a young and naive pound cake. Like, I don't know what I was thinking, but I still look back on
that's
that.
probably the right decision.
What could have been?
Yeah, because maybe that's what you're trying to do is recapture that.
But the thing is, he had baggage though, because he was divorced, and I wonder why. He had 2 kids, and while we're doing our thing, I would see like the pictures up on the mantle. I'm like, ugh, I can't do this.
And that's another thing. I think a guy that's that age that's interested in younger dudes is trying to relive his life because he was probably not out when he was younger.
Probably.
So that's why he's more interested in younger guys.
But he wasn't that old. He was like maybe 33.
Yeah, but 33 to like 20. I mean,
I was 19. I wasn't even old enough to drink yet.
Yeah,
like, I was just figuring out. I had been out. Technically, 19 was the year I lost my virginity. I came out at 17, so I was only out for like 2 years, and that's a baby gay in gay years. Like, 2 years is nothing. You're just getting your sea legs. So
what does the C stand for?
So, but
no, I think you definitely have daddy issues. You definitely like older men. There is
I feel
some connection there, but I don't think like you're not trying to get a daddy to be like take care of me and be like love me. Like I think your daddy issues are more prevalent when you're dealing with someone that's like authoritative in your life. Like dealing with Alan, I think your dad issues, we'll call them father issues, not daddy issues, come out more in those situations, like when he tries to correct you on something and you're like that kind of thing. But you're also looking for that guidance, whereas when it comes to just an older man that you're attracted to, which is fine if you're attracted to older man, that's very common.
It's not all I'm attracted to, but I can appreciate it.
Yeah, and I think one of the reasons is the security and they're going to be a lot more mature than what you've been dealing with, which is young dudes that are just F-boys.
Okay, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
Psychiatry with Bill Squire.
I just feel like I come from the standpoint of you can't miss something you never had. So I don't think I don't have any daddy issues because I technically don't have a dad.
Right, but that's the issue, is because you wanted one. You always wanted one, but you didn't. You wanted that family.
I don't think I ever wanted one. I really don't. I don't really think I ever really wanted one. Now that I look back on it, my life really was not altered in a huge way by not having a dad. Like, I didn't miss out on all too much.
You don't even know that because you didn't have a dad.
Exactly. You can't miss out on anything you never had.
Right, but you can. To say your life has been altered by him not being around is I mean, did your mom do a great job and take care of? Yes, but would you be a more balanced human if you had 2 parents? I'm not saying it's a dad thing, like having 2 parents, one that's not just.
Yeah, but maybe it's not what is crackhead to me. What if my dad was a crackhead? Like, could be a crackhead.
Right, okay, well, that's what I'm saying. If you had 2 parents and they're both there and they're both good parents, that can stabilize the situation. But you did have a lot of family involvement. I have kids. I have 3 kids, actually. They're my ex-wife's kids from her first marriage, but I raised them like they're my own. I take care of them. I provide for them. They don't see their biological father at all. And I've stepped into that role. And you guys are all sitting there quietly judging me like, hey, you don't have to do that. But let me explain. I also have a tattoo right here that says, why so serious? I got that after I saw The Dark Knight, like right after I saw The Dark Knight, like way too soon after I saw The Dark Knight. And then on my wrist is my ex-wife's name. So, like, decisions aren't my thing. I love those kids, though. I love them a lot. My oldest is 18. She's been living with me for about 7 months now because her and her mom fight too much, and it's just too much, just too much. Like, they get in these fights, and it makes my life easier if she lives with me because they're too alike. Neither of them ever wants to be wrong, and so I'm like, just come live with me, and it'll be easier. And I have friends like, oh, aren't you nervous that, like, since she's 18, she's just going to live with you forever and just take advantage of your kindness and just mooch off of you? I'm like, nah, because if she's really like her mom, in a couple years, she'll be living with one of my friends. Yeah, that's a good joke. That's all right. I'm over it. All right, so we were talking a little bit about depression in the last segment. Are you, when you're going through something that makes you sad, are you I'm not going to eat at all, or I'm going to eat my feelings?
I'm going to eat my emotions. I'm definitely a eat my emotions person because I never understood the philosophy of comfort food. I never understood that theory. I'm like, now I understand. Because food, you can understand it. You know, it tastes good. It makes you feel like home. It brings back memories. Yeah. And you can literally sit. Like, I've learned.
And that's why you can eat food that other people will be like, oh, that's disgusting. But it takes you back to a time of comfort.
I have a cycle now. Like, when I get home, I will literally have my food in front of me. I have the bag of Chipotle or whatever fast food I'm eating that day if I'm home alone. And I will not take a bite of it until I find something to watch on TV.
That's discipline right there.
But like I will watch something. I'm just like, no, that's not good enough. I want to eat my Chipotle and enjoy what I'm watching.
No, I'm totally there with you.
It's weird, isn't that weird?
Here's the thing though, is like I'll do that, and then I'm through my food in like 6 minutes, and I'm like, this movie still got 2 hours left.
Like I have nothing. Like I cannot take a bite until I find something good. It has to be something good and enriching for me to eat my food, and so it's so dumb. But I never understood that concept until now. But luckily, everyone keeps saying that this isn't wood, but whatever.
No, that is wood.
I'm not overweight yet, but the only reason why I'm not overweight is because I've been lucky in that department.
Yeah, I wish I had that metabolism.
Everybody else in my family is big. Everybody else or was big.
Yeah, that metabolism, boy. My weight has gone up and down, and now it's just up. All the way up.
I'm just going to enjoy it while it lasts. I mean, what am I supposed to do? I mean, I know exercising, but I'm tired now and I work 2 jobs. When I get home, I don't want to do a thing. You always talk about me ordering Uber Eats. Like, that because I don't want to move. I get home and I do this.
You just plan it on the way home, know what you want to eat, pick it up on your way home.
I do.
Well, then
sometimes I do. But other times I don't. I'm like, how many times am I gonna have Chipotle during the week? I want something different. So I look at my, my options on Uber Eats.
Where you're living is surrounded by places that you can go and pick up on your way home.
I've hit them all already.
Yeah.
I want something different.
So I don't. You're just. I just know that you struggle financially, so that's one thing.
But doesn't everyone though?
Yeah, but that's why when you're paying already a lot for a meal, because none of the stuff that you get through Uber Eats is that cheap. They have minimum orders. You have to spend a certain amount of money. Then you add that $5 or whatever onto it. That's just sucking your money right out of your pocket.
Show. On 100.7 WMMS.
The Cash Me Outside girl who just went gold with her new single. I wonder if it drives Dr. Phil crazy that he launched that whole thing and he doesn't really get a cut of it. I was walking through the lounge in the break and Dr. Phil was on. And I don't know who he was talking to. But she started on the Dr. Phil show. She was just he figured she was some weirdo he was going to throw on and make fun of her and that would be the end of it. And then she blew up
Well, it
And
wasn't.
I wonder if
even-
it drives him crazy that he.
The craziest thing about it is it wasn't even the first time she was on the show. It was a rerun that someone caught and like put that online.
Oh, is that true?
And then it like became a much bigger thing. I think it got some traction the first time around, but it was the rerun, and people started sharing it
Oh,
around.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and
So somebody else made her go viral.
yeah,
I see.
I think people just saw the clips or whatever, and they
Didn't know that.
started sharing it, and it's.
I mean, that's when I saw it. I don't watch
yeah.
Dr. Phil, so
Yeah, it's. I don't know if it bothers him that he isn't getting a cut. I think it bothers him that she hasn't changed at all and has probably gotten worse and
has monetized it
and has totally turned it into this whole thing.
That's why I think those Dr. Phil type shows. Listen, Maury's been doing that. Maury and Jerry Springer, those guys have known it's been a circus for 20 years. Dr. Phil is still kind of playing from that playbook of, I'm going to tell you how to fix things. These aren't people who want to fix things, especially not now. You can't shame people into something.
No, people have to want to fix it themselves.
Or I don't think he's got a good perspective on the fact that the weirder you are, probably the more popular you're going to be.
And he's not trusted. Like, I think he's a quack. I wouldn't go on his show for
Well, he's an
anything.
Oprah spinoff, right? Dr. Oz and Dr. Phil are Oprah spinoffs?
Yep.
I believe so.
Got that Oprah money. So, like, I don't trust anything he says. Anything he says is for the greater improvement of the show, not necessarily your will.
Well, that's his job.
Okay, but you're a doctor first. Your show is about you being a doctor.
But isn't
no,
he?
it's a TV show first.
But isn't he he owned a chain of gyms? Isn't he a doctor of kinesiology or something?
I don't know.
Yeah,
He's
I don't
not a
know.
psychologist, I don't think. All these doctors are doctors of something else.
And Dr. Oz, yeah, he's like
Dr. Oz, I think, is a legit. He's like a heart surgeon or something.
he?
But even people think that the stuff he puts on his show, because again, you're trying to do good television. So that's where a legit doctor like Dr. Oz gets in this thing where people are like, oh, he does this quack medicine on his show because you got to fill up an hour every day.
Mm-hmm.
If you were just a heart surgeon still or whatever, nobody would care, but you want to do a television show.
Right. If we had Dr. Berglund in here every day to do a segment, he would have to come up with some weird stuff to fill up that time because there's only so much you can talk about when it comes to
guys nuts
and stuff.
I don't even have him on as much as we used to.
Right.
It used to be a monthly segment, and after 5 years, I was like, well, spread it out a little bit more.
Yeah, it's like
he's a
every 2
busy
months
guy,
now.
and yeah, he is. Oh, he's got a bachelor's in psychology. Okay. PhD in clinical psychology. Okay, I thought Dr. Phil was like a. He's like a. I don't know what I thought he was. Okay, well, he's legit then.
I just don't understand that. Like, when these kids come on their show and they're disrespectful to their parents, I think, okay, what is this tall, bald white man going to do for me? If I don't respect my mama, what makes you think I'm going to respect you? He's like, you're going to change, and you're going to change right now.
He's got a mustache and an accent.
I'm like, I'm not listening to you, old man.
Right, but they don't. The host could be anybody. They're going to be on TV.
And he doesn't need them to really respect him. He needs that combative stuff because he's trying to make good TV. And then he sends them to like a boot camp where they
it's lame.
learn their lesson.
Straight.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. I just don't believe stuff like that. Like, I can't watch it because I can't put myself in that situation. Again,
But those shows are not for us. Those shows are for like parents and grandparents who are watching like, yeah, you tell them, Dr. Phil, kids today. That's the audience.
Why would you disrespect her like that? You need to stop calling your wife a bitch, or I'm going to call you a bitch. How do you like it? I'm like, dude, shut up. You're not hard. Walk out. Like,
or I'm going to call you a bitch.
I'm going to call you a bitch.
Go ahead, call me a bitch.
I like his Dr. Phil impression, though.
That's a good Dr.
It's
Phil
not
impression.
terrible.
It's better than mine. You want to hear my Dr. Phil impression? Sure. Hey, I'm Dr. Phil! Mine's not that good. It needs some work.
Wait, I want to hear
You want to
both
hear,
of them.
hold on, you want to hear dueling Dr. Phils? Because in the 5 seconds since I did mine, I've gotten a lot better at it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm really starting to nail it. Okay, Pound Cake, do your Dr. Phil.
Who the hell you think you're talking to, Alan?
I'm Dr. Phil!
I'm Dr. Phil. You're not Dr. Phil. I'm Dr. Phil.
I'm Dr. Phil. I'm going to call you a bitch.
You can't call me a bitch on my show. This is my show.
See, now Pound Cakes is getting worse.
His is becoming more like
His is becoming Thurston Howell.
I can't do it with the country music.
This is my show. Lovey.
Lovey, stop calling your mother a bitch.
Lovey, I am no bitch.
Thurston Howell. You don't even know who Thurston Howell is, do you?
Nope.
The rich guy on Gilligan's Island? Do you even know who Gilligan's Island is?
I've heard of it.
Yeah. A 3-hour tour? Why'd they have all their clothes?
3-hour tour.
A 3-hour tour. Yeah.
Catch you outside. How about that?
How about that? Hey, his Dr. Phil's pretty good.
The audience is a bunch of hoes.
These hoes.
Shame on these hoes.
Bad baby.
Bad baby.
I love how you pronounce the H.
Oh, she puts H's in there. Yeah, it's bad behavior.
I hate you for doing that.
Well, that's what it is. Trump's out in Richfield today spinning some yarn about infrastructure. But he called Roseanne.
Of course he did.
Well, he probably, he probably said, do you want to thank me for getting you all those ratings? He called Roseanne and congratulated her on her ratings. Even the people on the inside of that show are like, we thought people would watch. We had no idea.
That's going to be such a big event.
Well, and so what's happening now is now granted, I think Roseanne, you've got the nostalgia thing. This was a huge show that they brought back with the entire cast. That's different than starting from scratch with a show. But the networks are now going, you know how television goes. They go, now we got to do a bunch of blue-collar shows. Tim Allen's got to be pissed because they canceled that Last Man Standing show.
He's like, I've been doing this show.
Right.
I've been doing this show
That's
for
right.
like 7 seasons.
He was mad, and probably should be.
Yeah.
But, that show was on for 7 years. I think the second season of Roseanne has got to be assumed.
Yeah.
There's no way they're not going to do a second season now.
Of course.
But they got 18 million people, which was a bigger audience than the finale of the show in 97. Which obviously television was very different. There was no internet, and it was second only this year to the This Is Us that was after the Super Bowl.
Okay.
More people watch this than Stormy Daniels.
Oh, see, I thought you said Stormy Daniels was 20 million.
Was it? Maybe they're breaking it down by demographics.
Okay.
But
you mean like the share, like the 5 point, because it did a huge share in like
share.
the key demographics or whatever. So.
News.
So, but this Roseanne, she did a great job of the show. She's got good writers. They just balanced a lot of, it was obviously politically tinged, but because I had a lot of people hitting me up, they were like, I can't believe you like this. I thought you'd shrimp all over it. I'm like, listen, if it's fun, all I care about is if it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
If they want to be Trump supporters, I'm not somebody who was getting all freaked out about that because it's a TV show and who cares, and that's fine. As long as it's funny, I don't care.
And there's
not everybody thought it was funny, but I thought it was very funny.
There was definitely funny to me. I enjoyed it a lot. And Trump supporters are there's a wide variety, and the ones that are the super he can do no wrong Trump supporters that are wearing the hats and starting fights and getting into those are different.
That's
someone
not who these people were.
She's like, he said he's gonna help get more jobs here, and
right.
so like that's the stuff that's more understandable than building a wall or something like that.
So 9 episodes is this first season. And he called her and I guess talked about when they had met before. I don't know obviously I'm not privy to that call, but did you see her on Wendy Williams?
Yes, and she shaded her.
Yeah. Because Wendy starts asking her about Tom Arnold. And they had a very acrimonious split, Roseanne and Tom Arnold. And some publication had him write a review of the show, which I'd like to read. I didn't read it.
Wendy reads, like, parts of it.
Oh, okay.
Arnold, you guys are in a good place?
No.
Okay. Perfect. Her ex-husband, Tom Arnold, remember they were married for a moment, and he was given the assignment from The Hollywood Reporter to review Roseanne's debut last night. The shade of it all.
That is so, I was like, oh my God, I'm not supposed to talk about it. But, yeah. I guess they're going to get Harvey Weinstein to review Rose McGowan's next show.
But it turns out Tom didn't give it to you bad.
Oh, I didn't read it.
Well,
I don't like talking about husbands, right, Wendy?
Well, I'm talking about husbands.
So what is that? Because the New York papers were accusing her husband of having an affair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's her manager?
Now, he's her manager and her executive producer for the show. So he's probably in the back office somewhere, like looking up, like, that's a good one, Roseanne. Because not only was he accused of having a jump off, This is like 4 years. Like he bought her a house down the street from the family's house.
But Wendy
Bought her,
didn't
like-
talk much about it on the show, did she? She kind of made glancing references to it, like, we're fine, look at this ring or some nonsense like that.
Yeah, she was like...
Which is what every guy gets his wife when she finds out something happened.
Yeah.
She was like, well, it's been known. She wrote about it in her like memoir that he cheated before, like when she was pregnant. When she was like in Philly, he was back in...
Pregnant?
She has a son.
She does?
Yes.
Wendy Williams has a kid?
A teenage son. Getting
Oh,
ready
I
to go
didn't
to
know.
college.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she has a son.
I figured she was just a career gal.
No, she
Oh,
has
I
a
didn't know
son.
she... With him? With her husband?
Yes, and it's Kevin Jr. Her son's name Kevin Jr.
I did not know that. I did not. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the Roseanne knock there. She's like, right, I don't want to talk about husbands.
That's pretty funny.
Because she didn't talk about it publicly because the blogs were like the Shade Room and all the like black Twitter were eating her up. Like, oh, now I can't wait to watch Wendy on Monday because she's going to be her own hot topic.
Gossip.
Yeah, all the hood stuff. And then she was just...
I don't mind. He's fabulous. Okay.
And she gives her a look right now.
Roseanne has done everything from pulling my hair transplants immediately
God, are you
after
gonna go into
surgery to saying I had a 3-inch penis on SNL.
I had Roseanne on this show once, many years ago, and I was terrified. She's so funny, but she's so intimidating. I was terrified to talk to her.
She is
and it
a
probably
bit of a
didn't-
wild card, I
It
believe,
probably
is what
didn't
they
make
say.
for a very
Yeah.
good interview on my part, but she seemed to have fun. But wow, was I just... Oof.
When Wendy comes back from break, she does like a segment on her show called Ask Wendy, and they pan to the camera, like they pan from the audience, and then Wendy's just standing there. She's like, ha ha ha, like you can tell the moment the camera hits her, she's like, ha ha ha, that Roseanne, she's always good for a zinger. Anyways,
Well,
because
because when somebody hits you in your house,
Yeah.
that's a big thing. It's
Yeah.
like, nobody wants to be on the receiving end of that.
It was the most like manufactured laugh ever. She's like, ha ha ha, that Roseanne, she's always good for a good zinger. I'm like,
She got me good.
Yeah, she got under that wig.
Yeah, her wig's about to fall off.
You got to pop your wig.
So if I can give the show another shot, then maybe other people could too.
Yeah, that's real nice.
He was being shady, but he ended up being nice.
Well,
I love your sense of humor. I do.
Well, at least he told the truth for once about something.
I love your sense of humor. She's like, oh, I'm not joking. I read the same articles you did. And I'm a macadamia farmer, all right, goddammit. And those are not easy nuts to raise. They have 2 husks. Macadamia nuts are tough. You cut your hands up. You try to shell a macadamia?
I've only bought them shelled.
It ain't easy.
I've lived a pretty privileged life.
Have you?
Yeah.
Yo, your family gets shelled macadamias.
Yeah.
Fine. The Mauna Loas probably.
No,
High
actually,
end.
I think I have shelled them before because they, like the nut itself, like the shell is way bigger than the actual nut, right?
Yes, and there's 2 of them. You got to get through one, then the other one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. When I used to spend my summers in the hills of Kilauea shelling macadamias, right? It was not easy. I haven't told these stories because, frankly, they're really mine. But yeah, sure.
And you haven't thought of them yet.
People would yell from up mountain. They would yell down to me, "Hey, they'd call me names in Hawaiian, roughly translated into macadamia midget." And I was younger, and I couldn't understand the language, but I knew they were laughing. And every night I would go back to my yurt, and my little hands would be just torn from shelling those macadamias.
But what'd you learn from the whole process?
Nothing. I learned that macadamias are best when shelled. To this day, I won't eat a macadamia nut. I'll eat 5. All right, let me try to get you $1,000 here. Good luck.
Your shot at $1,000. Now, text the keyword WIN to 200-200.
You'll get a text confirming entry plus iHeartRadio info.
Standard data and message rates apply.
That's WIN to 200-200.
Good luck from WMMS.
Yeah, they broke down all those Roseanne ratings, and obviously she had much bigger ratings in areas where, like, Trump did really well. They said the only big city that was in the top 10 was Chicago. I mean, the Roseanne show was set in, like, small-town Illinois. I don't know if that means anything with respect to people there, but the cities in which it did the best, Tulsa, Cincinnati, and Kansas City. So they really love, that's Trump country.
Cincinnati?
It's Kentucky, basically.
It's all black people in Cincinnati.
not all black people.
Mostly black people.
Yeah, but again, it's basically Kentucky too. So
Yeah.
it's whatever that region
That
is.
region.
That region. It's Ohio and Kentucky. So put those together. That's going to outweigh black people.
Oh, nothing outweigh black people.
So now what happens with all the reboots, like or all the revivals that they want to do? Are they going to bring? I've heard rumors of them trying to make Friends happen again.
The Wayans brothers.
Murphy
yeah,
Brown,
they
the
can't-
Wayans brothers.
The Wayans brothers. What?
And Girlfriends.
But those weren't even good shows the first
Yes,
time.
they were.
Oh,
They had an
come
audience.
on. Well, a lot of shows have an audience.
I
But
went.
And that's all they care about is people watching.
I went Living Single. I want all the black shows to come back. Like,
all right,
Oh,
a different
Hey,
world.
If they bring back Martin, I'm not going to be sad about it.
they're-
No, I would
are.
love Martin.
Martin's coming back?
that's already a thing.
What?
Do your research.
Where
yes.
has he been?
No. I have you to do my research.
Google it. It's Martin. They're already filming the Martin reboot. That's been a thing.
I didn't know that.
It was on Instagram.
Martin cast reunites. This is about a month ago. Plays it coy about TV reboot. Doesn't sound like they're already shooting.
They're shooting.
Well, Martin Lawrence, because you figure he's got Big Mama's house money, so he didn't really need to do much, right?
Yeah, there's a clip on TMZ where they're talking about it.
Tisha Campbell, and who's the other one? Damn, Gina.
Who was the comedian that died a few years ago that was on the show?
That was Martin's best friend. He died, but they
Yeah.
can recast him.
I thought that was
Well,
Jazzy
no.
Jeff or something.
No, that was Fresh Prince. Fresh Prince, if they want to do that, I'm all for that. What's another one? They should do the Drew Carey show.
Well, there's the Friends thing, because Will and Grace did really well. When we had Paul Reiser on the show, we talked about the Mad About You
Oh,
reboot,
yeah, that's right.
and he was like, maybe. He goes, we've had lunch. We'll see. We'll see what the demand is for it.
Because that was like a golden age, like the mid 80s to like the mid 90s. There were some really, really popular, really great sitcoms on during that time.
Want to know where there's smoke, there's fire. Are we doing it? Are we doing it? Are we bringing back Martin? What are we doing, Martin?
Never say.
What are we doing, Martin?
Never say never. We never say never. So we don't know nothing right now, but
Yeah.
never say never.
There has to be a little bit of cahoots. You guys look way too damn happy to just make any.
There has to be a little bit of cahoots.
Just a smidge of cahoots.
Because Tisha Campbell's walking out of a restaurant in L.A. with, like, Martin Lawrence and somebody else.
At Morton's. I know steak never made anyone that happy.
What I liked most about Martin, and I only saw a couple of episodes, was in that show. He was a DJ, right?
Yeah.
That was another show
Yeah.
where they depicted radio as like, yeah, man, whatever it was. But I wouldn't be mad at the Martin reboot.
I love Martin. I thought that was a really funny show, and I like watching it now. They'll play it on BET, and you'll see how bad they were about the different characters that he would play. I didn't notice it when I was a kid. But,
Shanae.
yeah, where he's like playing Shanae or he's playing his own mom.
Yeah.
And they got like the stand-ins there to do like the over-the-shoulder
The
shots
blocking
and stuff like that. Yeah.
He said,
And there's always there's always like a very distinct divider between them.
I couldn't find anybody to go see You So Crazy with me when it was in the theater. We're talking like 1994. Martin Lawrence used to do a bunch of concert films because everybody wanted to be Eddie Murphy and Bill Cosby. So he did like Run Tell That or something. He did You So Crazy. And it was in the theater. It was a black theater. And I couldn't find anybody to go with me. So I went to go see You So Crazy by myself. And he was wearing like that leather poncho or whatever, sweating his balls off up on stage. And goddamn, was that a funny movie. But I was maybe one of 3 white people in that theater.
Yeah, he's wearing...
But everybody was loving it.
It's like a leather baseball jersey.
Yeah, exactly. And he's just sweating, a peace sign on it. He's sweating his nuts off up there. After I get back here, I'm going to have passes for you for this comedy benefit. It's called Stand Up Together, honoring Nicholas Ramsey, a comedian who passed. Bill Squire going to be your headliner for this. July 21 at the Lakewood Civic Auditorium. It's a benefit show. All the info at standuptogetherohio.com if you want to look into that. 35192. Want to text me the live stream at our YouTube channel at AlanCoxShow.com.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Side in the DMs. I'm Bill Squire.
I'm Pound Cake.
And we are excited. We are excited because we have all next week off, and he just found out.
Listen, guys, like I think I'm touched when they talk about on the show how tuned out I am when it doesn't pertain to me. I didn't realize this. It's a harsh realization. They're right. Because Alan's been talking about going on vacation for the past few weeks now. And I'm thinking like, oh, when is he going to take this vacation? This is going to be a short-lived, 2-day vacation.
Yeah, because we knew that we had Friday off. And Alan sent 2 different emails, so I can see why you were a little bit... He said we're going to have the 31st off, but then he also said we have these weeks off at the beginning of April, which I think that was like in January he told us.
Yeah, so I totally missed that part. And he's been talking about this vacation, and I didn't realize we have all next week off except for, the tribe opener. So I'm like, so much more time for activities. Like, I'm about to get like a late afternoon wank. Like, I'm just going to come home from my morning job and just like, throw all my clothes off, take a nap, and just
that's his vacation.
It's a staycation. Like, you gotta find your solace in whatever you're doing.
I get it. I'm gonna be just probably moving out. That's what I'll be doing. With
I won't be helping you. I'm on my vacation.
Yeah. So, what's the best vacation you've ever been on?
The best vacation. Shoot, I've had pretty good vacations. I had spring break. I had Panama City spring break. I've had Charleston. That was a really good one. And then Boys Town. I think the one where I had the most fun, my absolute most fun, probably would be Charleston.
Yeah.
Like, I keep thinking that because spring break I was out, but like I went with my straight roommates, and it was a different vibe. But Charleston, I was an adult. I drank all the time, and it was just so much fun. So
mine was a few years ago. We did a road trip as a family to Missouri.
Wait a minute, Jamaica.
Jamaica was great. Yeah,
although that was
work. So like I don't want to, and they already know about that one. We want something that they haven't heard about as much. But we went to Missouri, and it was just, I mean, Missouri is Missouri. It's not that great.
But it's the company you keep.
Yeah, it was the company, like me and the kids and my ex-wife. We were still married at the time. We were still happy at the time. We had a great time just going and enjoying the time away from the show, and I did some stand-up at night, so I still kind of did a working vacation, but we went to that cave, and it's still one of my kids' favorite memories. And so that's one of my favorite things about the vacations that I've gone on with my family is how they still recall those all these years later. We also did Rhode Island a whole bunch of times.
I did Disney World.
Yeah, and we've done like Niagara Falls and stuff like that. So they love telling those stories, and I love hearing the stories that they remember from their point of view and seeing how like magnificent these experiences were because they were little kids going to these places.
Part of my vacation experience, now that I'm an adult, sleeping with people. Like, I always try to, not that I want to take something back with me, because that would be a no-no. You don't want to take back an STD. But it's almost like, it's like a little time capsule. Like, I was like, wow, I've touched somebody in Jamaica. I've had sex with somebody in Boys Town. I had sex with somebody in Charleston and Panama City. It's almost like I had these little, like,
this is the
6 degrees of separation.
Like, I'm talking about how I love the memories that my kids and I have together. And you're like, oh, the D I got in Charleston.
Because I just like, wow, like, I want to see what different cultures are like. And like,
the dude you hooked up with in Jamaica is from here.
Besides that one. I actually, that was a safe haven, because otherwise I probably would have sought out like an actual Jamaican, and I don't want to get cut. Like, I didn't want to wander off the resort.
All right, we got to get the show started. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the show today.
Bye.
All right, so we were talking a little bit about depression in the last segment. Are you, when you're going through something that makes you sad, are you I'm not going to eat at all, or I'm going to eat my feelings?
I'm going to eat my emotions. I'm definitely a eat my emotions person, because I never understood the philosophy of comfort food. I never understood that theory. I'm like, now I understand. Because food, you can understand it. It tastes good. It makes you feel like home. It brings back memories.
Yeah.
And you can literally sit. Like, I've learned.
That's why you can eat food that other people will be like, oh, that's disgusting. But it takes you back to a time of comfort.
I have a cycle now. Like when I get home, I will literally have my food in front of me. I have the bag of Chipotle or whatever fast food I'm eating that day if I'm home alone. And I will not take a bite of it until I find something to watch on TV.
That's discipline right there.
But like I will watch something. I'm just like, no, that's not good enough. I want to eat my Chipotle and enjoy what I'm watching.
No, I'm totally there with you.
It's weird, isn't that weird?
Here's the thing though, is like I'll do that, and then I'm through my food in like 6 minutes, and I'm like, this movie still got 2 hours left.
Like I have nothing else. Like I cannot take a bite until I find something good. It has to be something good and enriching for me to eat my food. And so it's so dumb, but I never understood that concept until now. But luckily, everyone keeps saying that this isn't wood, but whatever.
No, that is wood.
I'm not overweight yet, but the only reason why I'm not overweight is because I've been lucky in that department.
Yeah, I wish I had that metabolism.
Everybody else in my family is big. Everybody else or was big.
Yeah, that metabolism, boy. My weight has gone up and down, and now it's just up. All the way up.
I'm just going to enjoy it while it lasts. I mean, what am I supposed to do? I mean, I know exercising, but I'm tired now and I work 2 jobs. When I get home, I don't want to do a thing. You always talk about me ordering Uber Eats. Like that because I don't want to move. I get home and I do this.
You just plan it on the way home, know what you want to eat, pick it up on your way home.
I do.
Well then
sometimes I do.
Then
but other times I don't. I'm like, how many times am I gonna have Chipotle during the week? I want something different. So I look at my my options on Uber Eats.
Where you're living is surrounded by places that you can go and pick up on your way home.
I've hit them all already.
Yeah.
I want something different.
So I don't. You're just. I just know that you struggle financially, so that's one thing.
But doesn't everyone though?
Yeah, but that's why when you're paying already a lot for a meal, because none of the stuff that you get through Uber Eats is that cheap. They have minimum orders. You have to spend a certain amount of money. Then you add that $5 or whatever onto it. That's just sucking your money right out of your pocket. I mean, if you go through and look and see how much you paid in fees to get mediocre food, you'd probably start crying. You probably have to get on Uber Eats and order a meal to feel better.
That is true.
Yeah.
I read my transaction paper when they sent me in the mail because my bank sent me that in the mail. You
gotta go paperless.
It's depressing. Yeah. Oh well, they send it. I don't ask for it. They just do it.
No, I can go on your app and.
I do that too. I have that option.
No, but I mean, like, set it up so that they don't send you a statement anymore.
Yeah, I guess
it's 2018. You don't need a paper statement.
Yeah. Well, I know that now.
Oh, let me see your statement. Do you have it with you?
No, I don't have it with me.
I need a good laugh.
I just need to carry it around. No, but it's literally just the same repeating transaction.
Of Grubhub or Uber Eats.
Venmo, Uber, like, and then the rare occasion it's just like Chick-fil-A. And I'm like, oh, that's the day I went to like Erica's house because she lived by a Chick-fil-A. So I know I'm like, oh, I got that on the way home from her house.
That might be what I do after work tonight. Is get some Chick-fil-A and take it easy. Get to bed nice and early because we got to get up early for the run. Ooh, I don't like getting up early.
I need to meditate. What time are you getting up tomorrow?
I don't know. I'm going to try and be there by I'll probably get up around 7:45 and be there by 8:30.
Don't we have to be there?
People on the bill too. All the information at standuptogetherohio.com. The show goes down July 21st at the Lakewood Civic Auditorium. So if you want to go, be caller 11. And these are yours. Good luck. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
From the Final Touch Construction Studios, this is the 50th anniversary of WMMS Buzzard Radio, an iHeart radio station. And this is the Alan Cox Show.
Want to text me 35192, the live stream on our YouTube channel at AlanCoxShow.com. Congrats to Mike from Parma, who won those Indians home opener tickets for next Friday. They will take on the Kansas City Royals. At 4:10, he won our wiffle ball bat battle earlier in the show. Opening day tickets for next Friday are sold out, as you might guess. But there's still great seats for upcoming games at Indians.com. You should also grab that MLB Ballpark app because that'll make your life a lot easier if you are planning on going to a lot of games this summer. You can buy your tickets, you can forward them, you can scan them digitally, whatever you want to do. So grab the MLB Ballpark app for that. We will be live starting at 11 a.m. next Friday for our home opener broadcast with Budweiser. We'll be at the Brickstone Tavern right across from the park, right there at East 9th and Boulevard. And we'll start after RMG signs off, as we normally do. We'll go till about 3:30. That's when your pregame coverage will begin. We will have tickets for upcoming Tribe games. We'll have plenty of drinks. We'll have prizes. Bill will reveal his perm. And it's going to be a big day. So very excited to be back down at the Brickstone next Friday. I'm coming back from Florida early, just so we can do the live show. All thanks to Budweiser, the king of beers. So thanks, Budweiser. The game tonight, as today is the season opener, Tribe on the West Coast against the Seattle Mariners. That is a 10:10 first pitch that will air on WTAM 1100. You see that Trevor Bauer article?
Yeah.
All the money he's giving away. So he's an interesting dude. He's kind of a weird guy sometimes. He's a thinker.
I like him.
We had him on the show when we were in Arizona a couple of seasons back, and he's kind of hard to get a read on, but he's giving away, or he's donating a lot of money to charity over the course of the season, and it's
all for a great cause.
Well, it's also situated around numbers that he thinks are important. Well, he's way into the number 69. He's way into what's the significance of 420 for him? He's a straight edge dude.
Well, he went to arbitration because he was going to get more money than what his contract was set up for.
Okay.
And so he set a number that was like 6,420,000.
Yeah, 96969.
Yeah, so
Right.
he wanted to get that because he thought it was funny, and then they gave him more than that. So he's like, well, all I wanted was the number that I asked for. So he set up 69 days of charitable givings, giving that amount to different charities, which is pretty hilarious.
He launched what he's calling the 69 Days of Giving. Starting today, he will donate $420.69 a day. for the what's the joke part though?
Just that.
Just the number.
It is the most basic thing ever.
To different charities. He's soliciting suggestions from fans as to charities that he might donate to. If you
Stand Up Together, Ohio.
There you go. If you go to BauerOutage.com, that's his website. Poundcake doesn't approve.
I didn't say that, but read my lips.
And on the final day, he will give $69,420.69 to a single charity that he's keeping secret. So in total, guy's going to donate $98,000. Nice dude. So today, the first donation goes to the Lone Survivor Foundation that supports wounded veterans. So he's just taking the extra money that they were paying him and saying, I'll donate this. He's like, you guys are giving me more than I wanted, so I'll donate the extra.
Yeah, and that's all. That's all it comes down to, and I think it's hilarious and juvenile and just silly thing to do.
Everyone has their number. Maybe he's into like astrology or something like that, and it's all written like in the stars or like this number is my.
That's what I mean.
69 and 420, those are his numbers.
Those are his numbers. Nice. Except he doesn't smoke, he doesn't drink. I think that's what he told us. So 420 wouldn't necessarily have that connection for him.
Think it's a Hitler birthday thing?
Guys, I don't smoke or drink. I'm just way into Hitler, all right? No.
I think it's just like a nod to kind of the cookie cutter, goody two-shoe situation that you have to be in when you're a baseball player.
I see.
And just kind of like throwing some fun at that.
It's a troll, but it's a troll for a good cause.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Good causes.
A lot of good causes, yeah.
The staff at the Broward County Jail, where they're keeping Nicholas Cruz, the Parkland, Florida school shooter, the people there are kind of upset because this kid is getting showered with fan mail. And they screen all of his mail, so he hasn't seen any of it. But the people working at the jail are kind of disturbed by the amount of mail that he's getting. They said he's getting a lot of naked photos from teenage girls. A letter sent by a woman in Chicago was accompanied by 9 photos of her in various states of undress. One of them, she was wearing a bikini eating a popsicle.
Messily eating a popsicle? Or just taking her time and doing it appropriately?
I don't know.
She's not spilling it all over the place, I hope.
I certainly
Let
hope
it get drippy.
Nope, I hope she's not making a mess.
Nothing worse than that popsicle stickiness, where it's so hot that you can't even eat it as fast as it's melting.
Yeah, I wanted this in me, not on me.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
But the best part is if it gets sticky on your fingers, you just like kind of suck the middle of your fingers like that.
It's too much. I don't like
Yeah,
sticky.
see, I don't want to feel that at all.
I don't.
It's not Cheetos. It's not Doritos.
Nope.
I don't like that sticky stuff on me.
Yeah, I don't like it either. That's why you gotta suck.
557.
Yeah.
Let me write that one down. Other letters to this shooter providing him words of encouragement, offers of friendship. People are adding money to his commissary account. That's about $800 in his commissary account.
Can they just go and follow up on all these people and mark them as people that shouldn't have guns?
His own brother got picked up for like trespassing or something. It sounds like there's a strain of something in this family. So the people who work at the Broward County Jail, they're like, I've never seen this amount of mail for a defendant. So the kid's still on suicide watch. So he doesn't see this mail because they screen it from him. And they said, yeah, there's some people, religious people that are writing to him going, I hope you can find God and, But they said, but we get a lot of perverted mail. That's what the guy said. A lot of scantily clad teenage girls.
So weird. Do you think that's being sent by actual teenage girls, or do you think it's being sent by dudes that are like printing off those photos and then sending it to them?
No,
I think it's more that.
Yeah.
They think that he'll read it and they're trolling him.
Like catfishing
No, that's not true because...
Not all of that. I'm sure there's some girls, but
But the amount that he's getting?
No, there's people out there that are fans, and as long as you look attractive or like they feel like you're like a martyr for the cause, like they'll...
Give it a second.
Wait, what? What was that word?
Martyr.
Martyr for the cause, right? Sure.
And so,
well, a lot of people think he's cute. One girl said your eyes are beautiful and the freckles on your face make you so handsome.
But he's a demon.
A demon. You're adorable. He's a douchebag.
He's a human piece of garbage.
Like Casey Anthony. She lives with her lawyer now, who is probably porking her. Then you got the other one that killed the one guy. She was on her trial was like high profile too.
Jenny Simpson?
No, Jodi Arias or whatever.
Oh, he stabbed the boyfriend in the shower, right?
She had fans. Like people were like, "Oh, please marry me." Like,
Well,
I'll marry you behind bars.
yeah, no, I know these people always have fans. I mean, but I would be surprised that given the you're always going to have outliers. No matter who the person is, you're always going to have people who think they're great. But in this case, where the bulk of the movement is among teenagers, I'm surprised that there would be this much mail from allegedly other teenagers.
That's why I'm guessing.
Going, this is great.
I don't think it's at his
You're
school,
awesome.
No, of course
not
from his school.
From around the country.
Yeah.
No, no one from Parkland is sending him fan mail. I'm pretty sure.
What do you think the percentage of this is to like real people to dudes sending it as a teenage girl?
But what would be the satisfaction of that?
Because they think he'll get it, and they'll be trolling him.
Or
people who don't realize that the jail screens all the mail.
I don't think.
Or they just want to connect with someone, and they want to see if they can like get by and talk to him.
No, the only reason why anybody would do that is so they could get feedback. There's no perverts doing that. There's no.
But there are people that will do that. Like there's definitely dudes that will catfish inmates through the mail and say that they're like a hot chick and that happens to regular inmates.
What's the payoff?
The payoff for what?
That they write back and they're like, ha ha ha. He thinks like someone's in love with him.
No, like they get off on it.
What's the payoff for anybody who trolls another person?
But I don't think it's just trolling. I think it's legitimately people that want to have like a relationship with him.
Yeah,
like through the mail that are going to try and
pal.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and these people always generate copycats. After one of these school shootings, they'll always pick up another kid somewhere else because he went on Facebook and said, I want to do that too.
Yeah.
I want to be the next school shooter. Some dickhead who's on Facebook and they pick the kid up.
Joking.
I was kidding. Or not.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to get picked up.
I just feel like if they're writing to him, it's a lot of work for not a lot of payoff. Nobody writes letters anymore. So you're writing letters, sending off stamps, hoping that he would get it. It's not like you're going to get a D pick or anything. You're not going to get
No, but I also
back.
don't think that these are people who have, like, I doubt they have a full day. You know, if you got time to write a letter and send a picture of your cleavage, you're taking some time out.
I really don't think there's any trolls. You can troll in other ways.
No, I think the majority is trolls.
How would you troll a guy in prison another way?
Because if you want to troll somebody, like you pay somebody that's in the same prison as him, and they're like, okay, when he gets his lunch, make sure you knock it out of his hand.
What's easier, finding a fellow inmate and paying them, or mailing the guy a letter?
Finding.
He's really going deep.
Yeah.
How easy do you think it'd be to find another inmate?
It's public record. You could find who's in what jail.
Yeah, but you have to get them to respond.
Right. How do you get them to respond to you?
You send them a letter with $50 and then say, hey, I want to know that this is going down.
They'll take the $50, crumple up the letter, and be on their merry way.
But you always lead with there's more where that came from.
Talk about where's the payoff. Where's the payoff from that?
Because it'll probably make a news story when people get, like when Jared Fogle got beat up in prison. It made news. So people find out. If you're a hated figure in a prison cell, people find out on the outside.
But how are you going to get that person that you just wasted $50 on to do what you want them to do?
You're just knocking their tray
Nobody paid... Nobody paid the guy to beat up Jared Fogle. He's a pederast. Those guys, you know, they end up getting the floor wiped with them when they're in there.
And I imagine that it's the same situation for school shooters, because shooting innocent people is different. Or going in like that is different than what a lot of people are in jail for. A lot of people that commit murders, it's crimes of passion. It's, people they're not on board with that even if they're in prison.
So is this guy...
And we haven't gotten prison mail in a long time, so I feel like the local constabularies have maybe shut that whole thing down, or so, I don't know what. But
is this Cruz kid in AdSeg?
I don't know where
Probably.
he is. Probably.
He's not in Gen Pop.
No.
Okay.
Speaking of the douche fruit not falling far from the tree, Alex Jones's kid, I guess, does stuff for InfoWars. Whatever happened to rebelling against your parents? Well, I don't know when that would be not a thing anymore, but Rex Jones is Alex Jones's kid, and he's clearly been taking cues from his dad. He wants to debate one of the Parkland school survivors about gun control, and so he posted some videos at his dad's channel.
It is admitted they want to disarm the American people, just as they have done with so many corrupt regimes in the past. Hitler, Stalin, Mao, North Korea. Do you think those corrupt leaders allowed their citizens to have guns? Do you think that the Jews were able to protect themselves when Hitler put them in concentration camps?
By the way, how does a professional broadcaster not tell his kid to lose his lisp?
Or
how does that happen?
Get a fitted suit. Looks like he's a skeleton in like a big man costume.
He and his dad just had a big bowl of chili. But yeah. By the way, that whole Stalin, they didn't let anybody have guns. That shouldn't even be a talking point anymore. There's practically zero evidence, and I know people love to throw it at me too. They're like, "Oh, tyranny." There's practically zero evidence that more guns equals more democracy. There are plenty of countries with high gun ownership that are just as likely to be run by tyrants as country. You ever see Iraqis or people in Zimbabwe firing their AKs into the air? Ever see that?
Don't you talk about my country.
It didn't keep Saddam Hussein or who's the Zimbabwe guy? Robert Mugabe. Didn't keep those guys from being genocidal dictators.
Mr. Mugabe.
Mr. Mugabe. I don't even know if he's still alive.
And there's all those dictators in Australia and England and Sweden and stuff.
Okay, but look at a country like Tunisia.
What I'm saying, they have no guns there, and the government's not a dictator.
Right.
The government's going on just fine.
Right. Like Tunisia is one of the only Arab countries that has a relatively stable democracy, and they have 4 guns. So this whole they should have taken the, how do you think the Nazis rolled over the Jews? By the way, there were armed Jewish uprisings. So that's just, you don't know your history. But I didn't even know Alex Jones's kid was doing stuff. And he wants to debate these Parkland kids.
No, they were disarmed, and that's why they were enslaved.
I love it. Dad, I want to do what you do.
Baby Alex. Baby Jones.
Backlash against this Laura Ingraham chick who's the bloom's barely off the rose over there at Fox News. She's got a pretty new show over there, and she tweeted against this David Hogg, one of the main Parkland kids who's been doing most of the interviews and stuff, about how he couldn't get into college as he wanted to get into.
He got rejected by 4 different schools, even though he had a 4.1 GPA or something.
Right, and I don't
see what the end game is on that one.
I think a lot of these right-wingers have decided that rather than engaging the arguments that these kids are making, they'll try to just discredit the kids themselves. So there's like all these weird, like these ad hominem attacks. You know, oh, he's getting turned down by schools. They're like, what? Black teens are thugs, white teens are smug or self-righteous. I don't understand it. So this kid is like, he goes, hey, maybe some of Laura Ingram's advertisers would be interested in hearing. So you can call her names. You go for the money. Follow the money. He goes, maybe some of the advertisers would be interested in some of this. And advertisers are already dropping. So that's when you get your apology. Is, hey, I'm sorry. Because people are tweeting her back. They're like, you're a mom. What are you talking about? Like, this is, even if you really thought this in your head, why would you tweet this out?
But why would you even think that in your head? Like, why attack, first of all, a 17-year-old kid?
Yeah.
Regardless, and then to attack someone that's gone through this situation that he's gone through, and then is he going to get into college? Probably.
He'll be fine.
Yeah,
I think he'll get a full ride. Actually,
nobody ever apologizes until advertisers start to drop.
Well, then she did it because it's Holy Week.
Yeah.
In the name of Holy Week.
On reflection, in the spirit of Holy Week, I apologize for any upset my tweet might have caused. Any student should be proud of a 4.2 this kid had, by the way.
Oh, jeez.
A lot of schools...
I didn't even have a 2.4.
See? Fortunately, you weren't trying to get into college.
No.
Who cares?
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Can't
schools...
get rejected if you don't apply.
That's right.
So I've been rejected by less colleges than him.
That's right. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of schools that, they don't necessarily want 4.1, 4.2 students because the burnout rate's so high. And they just don't take that many applicants, But 4.2, it's not like this kid's a dummy.
And he was probably applying to, like, really hard Ivy League schools. Like, if you get into a really good school and you apply to, like, an Ivy League school,
I think he said,
you're doing fine.
It's like UCLA.
Yeah, I think he said he got turned down by, like, California state colleges or something.
But those schools are really hard. Like
I don't know.
Like I was just saying, I was surprised Donnie went to OSU because he said he got a 28 or like a 30 on the ACT. I'm like, damn, Donnie's smart because I ain't getting hear that. He's smarter than me, but I'm not a good test taker.
But I don't understand why these Fox News types can't keep their foot out of their mouth. I mean, there are so many different ways that you could go to make a counter argument. If you don't believe these kids are doing. I realize that. But I'm just saying, as professional broadcasters and journalists, if that's what these people are, you should be able to write and perform a counter argument. There's always a counter argument to any argument. There's never just one side.
Right. Granite.
Huh?
I want granite counters.
Right.
Is that
Northeast Factory Direct.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying, what kind of counter do you want?
I'd like marble, but it's very heavy, very expensive. I just don't know why they go after like these personal. I don't get it. You can make an argument if you think they're crazy because they want gun control, which, by the way, if you think they're crazy, then most of the country right now is crazy too. Because support for that has gone through the roof in the wake of these school shootings.
Donations have also gone up though to the NRA.
No, I know, I realize that, but they always do. But they always do, though.
But it's silly, though, because I literally, it's on my Twitter right now if you guys want to see it, Radio Cody B. I quoted this tweet. I quoted this tweet by Tommy Lauren because she was doing a segment for Fox News and she was talking about the wall and how
nobody pays attention to her.
But it was apparently that's how she got her gig on Fox was because she stirred up a lot of attention from her old the Blaze.
But it's also because she's under 60 and blonde.
But it was just so stupid because she was talking about how the wall is common sense and she was like, these people are coming into our country illegally. We need to control these people. She was like, it's common sense. It's for our safety. I'm like, I was like, does anybody else see the irony in that? I'm like, oh, so you're saying these people are breaking the law, so the only way is to kind of control that or monitor it the best way you can. Just common sense. You want to build a wall. If it was a brown person, shooting these guns, you guys would have a law, tomorrow, but it's not. So now it's like, oh, there's money in it, so you guys don't even want to touch it. But build a wall, these people could still get through.
But the criticisms go the other way too. People who don't like Tomi Lahren, they're passing around like she had a nose job years ago.
Yeah.
So they're passing around the I found this photo of Tomi Lahren from high school before she had a nose job. That doesn't do anything. That's not a counter argument. I mean, if you don't like her, pass around some old photo. That's not a counter argument. There's always counter arguments that could be made. I just don't understand why these professionals on cable television are like, these kids are morons. They're being used. And I'm like,
well, they're all, what do they call them? Crisis actors and stuff like that.
Did you see The Daily Show when they sent Roy Wood Jr. out?
Yes.
He talked to one of these women that thought they were a crisis actor. He goes, how did they know to send the crisis actors to all these schools where the shootings happened? She's like,
she's like, that's a good question.
That's a good question. I'm going to have to think about that. All right, I'm going to come back. I'm going to have Whitechapel tickets for you. If you like it loud and fast and hard, Whitechapel and the Black Dahlia Murder are going to do a show in June at the Agora with some other bands, too. 35192, you want to text or get to us at AlanCoxShow.com.
The Alan Cox Show.
I'm beginning to feel like a fap god. Hear me beating me, it sounds like applause. Now I think my arms are strong cause I fap lots. They send a fap like a machine, so call me fap bot. But for me to fap in front of the computer, I take off my jeans. Got a fap sock in my back pocket, a dope friend fought around ab block. It seats got sweat stains from my ass on it. On the internet, I'm browsing big tits since Jenna Jameson was vivid. With Ron Jeremy showing all of his gut fat. I wanna see Belladonna's tatted boobs and her teeth gapped as all hell. Bolted on Sportaholic. Get 'em all, it's the vintage and amateur bang bust stop. I don't really wanna watch the storyline crap with them trying to act. See Tory Black with a nice little rack, black jackety jack like I'm hooked on crack. At the exact same time I see these sexual acrobat stunts, I'm attracted to these thumbnails of hot European tail whale to the ass of my favorite actress. Sophie Dean Shyla Styles on a lucky guy tag team threesome. Oh man, holy crap. How could I not blow? All I do is love hot mom. See the MILF hunter attack Japanese bathtub girl volcano. Ew. I'm actually desperately in need of a nap and sandwich, but my ass sweat has got me stuck to the chair because I'm beginning to feel like a fap god. Hear me beating me, it sounds like applause. Now I think my arms are strong cause I fap lots. They said a fap like a machine, so call me fap bot. Oh man, somebody's in the driveway. Better wrap this up. Interracial anime with double penetration, Asian amateur, CF and ML leather domination. Midget babysitter, point of view, furry fetish, European gender reassignment, and a foot job, wall twerk, gangbang, bisexual celebrity sex tape, pregnant, tentacle hentai. Okay, that got disturbing fast. I think I'm done. I'm beginning to feel like a fap god. Hear me beating me, it sounds like applause. Now I think my arms are strong cause I fap lots. They said I fap like a machine, so call me fap bot. I want to clear the history. No!
Hey, we're just gonna do a quick little, what do we call it? Sign in the DMs. That's what it is. Hey everybody, welcome to Sign in the DMs. I'm Bill Squire.
I'm Pound Cake.
And we are excited. We are excited because we have all next week off, and he just found out.
Listen, guys, like I think I'm touched when they talk about on the show how tuned out I am when it doesn't pertain to me. I didn't realize this. It's a harsh realization. They're right, because Alan's been talking about going on vacation for the past few weeks now. And I'm thinking like, oh, when is he going to take this vacation? It's going to be a short-lived, 2-day vacation.
Yeah, because we knew that we had Friday off. And Alan sent 2 different emails, so I can see why you were a little bit. He said we're going to have the 31st off, but then he also said we have these weeks off at the beginning of April, which I think that was like in January he told us.
Yeah, so I totally missed that part. And he's been talking about this vacation, and I didn't realize we have all next week off except for, the tribe opener. So I'm like, so much more time for activities. Like I'm about to get like a late afternoon wank. Like I'm just gonna come home from my morning job and just like throw all my clothes off, take a nap, and just
that's his vacation.
It's a staycation. Like you gotta find your solace in whatever you're doing.
I get it. I'm gonna be just probably moving out. That's what I'll be doing.
I won't be helping you. I'm on my vacation.
Yeah. So What's the best vacation you've ever been on?
The best vacation? Shoot, I've had pretty good vacations. I had spring break. I had Panama City spring break. I've had Charleston. That was a really good one. And then Boys Town. I think the one where I had the most fun, my absolute most fun, probably would be Charleston.
Yeah.
Like, I keep thinking that because spring break I was out, but like I went with my straight roommates, and you know it was a different vibe. But Charleston, I was an adult. You know, I drank all the time, and it was just so much fun. So
mine was a few years ago. We did a road trip as a family to Missouri.
Wait a minute, Jamaica.
Jamaica was great. Yeah,
although that was
work. So like I don't want to, and they already know about that one. We want something that they haven't heard about as much. But we went to Missouri, and it was just, I mean, Missouri is Missouri. It's not that great.
But it's the company you keep.
Yeah, it was the company, like me and the kids and my ex-wife. We were still married at the time. We were still happy at the time. We had a great time just going and enjoying the time away from the show, and I did some stand-up at night, so I still kind of did a working vacation, but we went to that cave, and it's still one of my kids' favorite memories. And so that's one of my favorite things about the vacations that I've gone on with my family is how they still recall those all these years later. We also did Rhode Island a whole bunch of times.
I did Disney World.
Yeah, and we've done like Niagara Falls and stuff like that. So they love telling those stories, and I love hearing the stories that they remember from their point of view and seeing how like magnificent these experiences were because they were little kids going to these places.
Part of my vacation experience, now that I'm an adult, sleeping with people. Like, I always try to, not that I want to take something back with me, because that would be a no-no. You don't want to take back an STD. But it's almost like, it's like a little time capsule. Like, I was like, wow, I've touched somebody in you know, Jamaica. I've had sex with somebody in Boys Town. You know, I had sex with somebody in Charleston and Panama City. It's almost like I had these little, like,
this is
6 degrees of separation.
Here, like, I'm talking about how I love the memories that my kids and I have together. And you're like, oh, the D I got in Charleston.
Cause I just like, wow, like I want to see what different cultures are like. And like,
the dude you hooked up with in Jamaica is from here.
Besides that one. I actually that was a safe haven because otherwise I probably would have sought out like an actual Jamaican, and I don't want to get cut. Like I didn't want to wander off the resort.
All right, we got to get the show started. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the show today.
Bye.
Hey, we're just going to do a quick little, what do we call it? Sign in the DMs. That's what it is. And I just want to go over some pound cake, over some of Pound Cake's
my vocabulary
phrases and stuff like that. So, what does it mean when you say, is it spill the tea?
Yeah, you can say spill the tea.
Yeah, what does that mean exactly?
It means you had the talk, the gossip, the word on the street. So it's just like, girl, you're sipping that tea, like, I got something to tell you.
So wait, is it sipping the tea or spilling it?
Spill the tea.
Spill the tea, okay. So I got something to tell you, but then you spill it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a good saying. All right, what are some more things
you can just say, I got the tea.
I got the tea. Okay. Hot on the block, or the block is hot.
The block is hot, that's meaning the term is used for, it would be for like a drug dealer. Like if you're riding with your friend and...
Were you ever a drug dealer?
I was never a drug dealer, but I had some drug dealer friends. And the block was always hot when I would ride with them because they would always have weed on them. And I'm like, oh my gosh, if we get stopped by a cop, I'm going to jail too. So I'm like, the block too hot for that. Don't be carrying the weed in your backpack. So I use that for anything now.
Oh, you're so from the streets.
Weed dealers. Look, hey, have a dime bag and we're going to go to prison for the rest of our lives. But yeah.
That's the most hardcore drug you've ever done, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're not, lame. What else? Give me some other ones that you say.
What else do I say on this? I can't think of it off the top of my head.
Make one up then.
No, I can't just make one up. What do I say all the time that gets under people's skin?
Saggy in the draws. What's that mean? Make that up.
Saggy in the draws?
Yeah.
That means you bottomed and some poop fell out, and then...
No, I don't want this to... Oh, okay. So
Yeah, saggy in the draws. Don't give me that.
So, does that happen?
Not to me.
I know. Oh, I know you're not a bottom, but is that like
some people? If they don't clean themselves before they bottom, you gonna get it's a butthole.
Yeah, it is a butthole. It is a butthole.
What other sayings do I say on a regular basis? See, I use them so much. I don't even remember what I say. It's like word vomit. It just comes out.
It just comes out when it happens.
Yeah.
Like when you have a saggy in the draws.
Saggy in the draws.
Ugh.
Just like the pudding in the sweat socks or the gym socks or whatever.
Yeah.
Like saggy boobs, saggy in the draws. It would be the same effect.
Yep. Whew. Your breath's bad again today. What did you eat?
Oh, it's always... First of all, maybe I need my mints.
I have mints in the office.
I have mints right there, but...
Yeah, it's a lot of garlic.
Oh, then it's definitely from at work. I had pizza from lunch today.
Yeah.
So
it sticks with you real bad.
All right, another awesome heavy show coming through. Whitechapel and the Black Dahlia Murder are on a co-headlining tour with a handful of other bands. Flesh God Apocalypse, I think, is on this. From Italy. Whitechapel's from Knoxville. I think Black Dahlia Murder's from outside Detroit, if memory serves. Show goes down Saturday, June 9th at the world-famous Agora Theater. AgoraCleveland.com if you want to buy tickets. You can get the last pair this week here. Be caller 12. Good luck, 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
Just consider us your earbuds. Jesus, who writes this crap?
The Alan Cox Show.
On WMMS.
Cuando te pega fuerte más profundo es el beat, sí. Sigo bailando y escribiendo.
35192, want to give me a text. Live stream on our YouTube channel is at AlanCockShow.com. We archive those too, so if you don't watch live during the show, you can go back and watch.
See all the good stuff.
Yeah, even though I'm washed out today, you
look fine.
I got the big shine on my forehead.
I think it's more on your phone than actually on the camera.
Oh, is it?
I mean, there's a little bit of a shine. I was talking with Pound Cake yesterday. Maybe we should get a little bit of powder just to dull us out.
Put some pancake on before we get in here. Yeah,
because that shine is a little distracting.
Well, now that we're trying to be all professional on the cameras, wow. All right.
Do you guys actually take into account the fact that you'll
What
be on camera?
Yeah. Yes. No, if I'm going to be, yeah. I mean, it's bad enough that I never look good on camera.
I wake up in the morning, I put on what I want to put on. I'm not thinking, oh, what would look good on camera today? I'm like, whatever.
You should.
I'll wear lines if I need to.
Yeah, that's up to you. Well, okay, but...
I don't overthink it. I just try to make sure that my hair is somewhat combed.
At first, I was upset because I'm like, oh, they're going to think I'm an outfit repeater because I wear the same 5 shirts. But I'm like, I have a morning job, so I don't always bring a change of clothes with me. So
you think people are going to keep track of your outfits?
Well, I do, because I'm like, oh, I was just in a sided in the DM
like
with that shirt.
I shouldn't have worn this shirt because it's white and it's like a heather gray sleeves and it's too bright on camera.
Yeah,
under the lights.
You can't even tell that your nipples are just glorious in those.
See, I'm always nipping out. That's why I stopped making fun of Pound Cake. I mentioned this before. I think when Gwen was here. I said, I'm always nipping out, and I don't know why.
My nipples have mellowed out. They're not always so...
Well, maybe that's ahead of me, but I got bubblicious going on here all the time.
You need some nipple stickers so they don't bleed when you're on vacation.
Nipple stickers are the new festival gear, I guess. Like the girls walking around with the X over their nipple.
Oh, yeah?
At Coachella and Lollapalooza, and yeah.
I like that.
I like that look, too. If you're old like me, it's an old Wendy O. Williams look.
Oh, Wendy Williams?
Wendy O. Williams from the Plasmatics. God, can you imagine what Wendy Williams' breasts look like? I bet they look like just shredded.
No, if Bill would have stayed at the comedy show, she was telling us about how she got the implant underneath the muscle so she can make them...
Well, you're supposed to.
Well,
Any good doctor will put it under the muscle.
I don't know. I'd never gotten implants. I never heard from.
But that's what keeps them in place. Right,
Yeah.
but I'm talking about what they look like.
Yeah.
I don't think they're shredded.
She's still early 50s. How long has she had those?
I don't know. I think she's due for like an upgrade. Or
I bet they
like
look like Jessica Rabbit bolt-ons.
Yeah, they're pretty. I mean, she is not got a lot of meat on her anyway, so they got to be like stretched real thin.
You know how?
Because doesn't she always say like she won't be photographed in a bikini or so
she does.
She does.
She has photos of her in a bikini.
All right.
But she was talking about how, like, you know how guys can make their pecs jump. She was making her boobs jump. Like, she was literally, like, making them go up and down. It was so strange.
So she must have real strong pecs then. She can make those things move at all.
Manly pecs.
Without manly pecs.
Hey, guys, want to see me move my boobs?
The boobs are only there just to hide the chest hair.
Didn't DMX just get out of prison? Wasn't he in prison?
I thought he was getting ready to go to prison.
He's
'cause he
going
had
back
tax
in.
evasion.
Yeah, he got... It's so sad. I love DMX, and the story is so sad. This song, Slippin'. Remember Slippin'?
I know like the two big hits.
I'm slipping. It's kind of an ode to him making bad decisions and not, going the direction he necessarily wants to go in life. He got sentenced to a year in prison for tax fraud yesterday, and the judge let his lawyer play that song in the courtroom because the lawyer was hoping it would generate some last-minute sympathy before sentencing. Imagine,
I
Your
want that
Honor,
in every courtroom. That's like Cop Rock. Remember that show?
I remember it. I never saw it. Your Honor, if I could play a song by my client called Slippin' that might illuminate the difficulties and choices he's had to make, and the judge says, I'll allow it. All right, anyway, so you're going to prison for a year. We'll see you in 8 months. Oh, poor Earl. This guy, that's his name, right? Earl Simmons, yeah.
I mean, if it came down to you spending a year in prison versus paying $10 million, I think
it wasn't even that. It was $2 million.
That's still a lot of money.
Yes, but you can, if you have $2 million.
If you owe $2 million, you got more than $2 million.
Right.
I don't know that necessarily because he could literally be $2 million in debt or something.
Well,
like that.
I think you're right.
Yeah, that's probably how it
that
goes.
was built up.
I think if you're evading taxes, you don't have a ton of money.
There was a lot of time that like led up to that, but if he would have just kept up with it the whole time, it's not like they were just like, you DMX, you got to give us $2 million. This is over years, I imagine.
Yeah, what's a booking fee for that? Like for DMX, you're like, okay, we're gonna pay you $17,000. $17,000? Don't you know I'm $2 million in debt? Like, oh well, you got a lot of shows
to the government.
But he shows up in court in a Def Leppard T-shirt.
But I don't understand.
So when he's saying X gonna give it to you, he wasn't talking about tax money. He was talking about something else.
Why can't he?
X ain't gonna give it to you. He's gonna stick it away somewhere.
The government's a bunch of gangsters. Why can't they do a payment plan?
They do.
They do. First they come take all your crap. Willie Nelson dug him out of the hole. Red Fox had to put his crap on the front lawn. Have people buy it.
Who's that? That Abby lady from the
Abby Lee
Dance
Miller.
Moms?
She just got out of jail.
Yeah. Buddy of mine used to host that show. I was like, hey, how's she doing? He's like, not good.
Yeah. Well, she's a piece of garbage.
What was the deal with that, though? She was...
She made her living by screaming at 5-year-olds to dance better.
Yeah.
She was awful.
I don't think she was awful. I mean, kids need discipline.
There's discipline.
Kids need
That's
discipline.
not discipline. She was a control freak
Man,
and a monster.
If she was a football coach, everyone would be like, yeah, that's what those kids need.
Right,
No,
but
I
these
wouldn't
were
be that way.
kids. These were like 5- and 6-year-old kids. They weren't
And
grown men.
That's how they do that in karate. They do it.
But
in
you don't
any type-
treat children the same way you treat grown men
Yes,
who
you
are
do.
professional.
No, you don't.
Well, then I hope you never have children. Because why would you? Why would a rational person treat a kindergartner?
Because it makes them great.
It might.
It does.
How many
It might.
great students does she have now?
Look, she has the one that dances and sees the videos. Her name is.
There are plenty of great instructors who find a way for their pupils to be successful without screaming at them.
Okay, but just to your point, you know that she plays it up for television. She has hours to fill, and
Right, which makes it even more despicable
That
because
she's doing it for the cameras.
But the kids are benefiting from it, though. The kids
Are they?
Yes.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are. They're not. They're getting gigs. They have. Tons
I don't
of
know
followers
one
on
kid
Instagram.
who came out of that show.
The girl that dances.
Now that's just me, but
see his video. I forget.
So
her
that
name.
one kid that's in one video.
And by the way, that girl probably is successful despite the dance mom, not because of her.
She was a great teacher, and people were.
So why did they put her in prison?
How could
Tax
she-
evasion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see how she could be a great dance teacher.
Why do you say that?
She can't dance. She doesn't know how to dance.
But you could also have an eye for talent.
Those who can't do teach.
That's what I'm saying.
The Abbey Lee Dance Company in Pittsburgh. Yeah, I never knew this woman. I lived there for almost 8 years. Never heard of this woman, never met her, never crossed paths with her. But she lost like 75 pounds or something, right?
Yeah, she looks good now.
What's that in American money?
What's that?
In American money?
I think this is the show my friend hosted.
When I was
Maybe he was on another one. What was the other dance show?
I don't know the dance shows. I know like the let's treat kids like adult shows like that, and like toddlers and tiaras. Or whatever.
One of my old interns, he hosted Abby's Ultimate Dance Competition.
Yes,
he hosted the spinoff. Okay, that was the one he was on.
And people were coming all over the world.
And then she goes to prison,
dance
and
for
he's
her.
out of a gig
because it was a TV show.
God.
Yeah, the exposure, like people will expose.
Yeah, so you put anybody on a TV show, and people are going to come from all over the world to be on there.
I'm just saying, just like pageants. I mean, you open it's show business. Like you got to have discipline. Like Michael Jackson's dad, he didn't have the best childhood, but he beat his ass into stardom.
Yeah, and what did Michael Jackson do the rest of his life?
He beat his ass into stardom. Yeah, and look what a well-oiled machine the Jackson family turned out to be. What fine, upstanding citizens. You know, Tito got the same beatings that Michael did, but they had seriously divergent career paths. So where's your argument for Dad treating them all the same way?
Clearly, he knows the ones that had talent, and so does
But
Abby.
he beat them all. And he got one successful kid.
No, that's not fair.
He got one mega successful kid, and the other ones were going on tour with each other because they had to do 6 of them to equal one Michael.
They had a group. They did have a group.
The Jackson 5 when they were little kids.
Also, Janet as well. Janet was, a superstar. Icon
did he beat her?
I'm not sure. I mean, that she was a different
Did
era.
he take the belt to Janet? Joe Jackson?
I'm sure he probably beat all his kids at one point. But I would allow my dad to beat my ass into stardom.
All right, so we can.
But there's no guarantee that you can have your ass beat into stardom.
But he had a dream. Like, he had foresight of, like, what was going to happen.
Which he would have had irrespective of the beatings.
I don't think so.
You think if Michael Jackson didn't get whipped with the belt, he would have been like, well, I guess I'll go work at the Stuckies in Gary, Indiana.
He probably would have been focused on something. Well, Dad, I don't want to practice right now. I want to play kickball with all your friends. Okay, go play kickball with all your friends. And when he goes to the musical competition at the Apollo, he'll get, booed off because he's not prepared for his steps. He ain't ready. The vocals, he didn't exercise. Like,
or maybe he was even better because he's got a little bit more relaxed and not all bound up by being beaten by his dad.
Yeah, his dad sure didn't do a number on Michael. He turned out fine. What's the scene I'm thinking of? It was a movie or a TV show where the guy goes back in time and Michael goes to the Jackson house. Anybody know what I'm talking about? I can't even articulate it beyond that.
I remember the Jacksons, the movie that they made, like the miniseries that they did on like ABC or something back in the 90s.
It's like a guy goes to the door and it's like Michael Jackson's house when he's a little kid. God, I don't even remember what that was.
Was it a cartoon or?
No, it was a live action thing. Like, I don't know. I that's an awful explanation, but I don't remember what it was. So DMX is going in for a year for tax evasion.
Y'all gonna make me lose my stuff.
So wait,
up in here.
You're gonna make me lose my butt.
So is that a race though?
What's that?
Is after you do your time, do you still have to pay the $2 million after you get out?
3 years of when he gets out, 3 years of supervised release, and he's got to pay back $2.2 million.
He still got. No, that's
well.
BS.
They don't erase it. You go to prison. Yeah, again.
I think you should either do the if you do the crime, you should either have to do the time or pay the debt. You should not, because now you're set back even further. What good is that going to do?
Yeah, I'm with you. I think if you go to prison,
have a punishment that fits the crime. If he's going to go to prison, you're going to be a year later on your money, so you're still not going to get it, and then it's going to be even harder for him to pay it back. That's stupid.
Can he just do USO tours until it's even? Just go out and
DMX on the USO.
I would love that. People.
Oh hell yeah!
I was gonna say, if I had to pay $2.2 million, I'm like, just put me in jail for 2.2 years, and then like for real. I think
but you don't make $2 million. You don't make $1 million a year, so that's not going to equal out.
Whatever they give me, I think it should be wiped away.
Right, but you have to, if you have to go to jail for 2.2 years for $2.2 million, then it's equal. You're saying it's equal to what you make.
Okay, so give me 10 years, but when I come out, that 2.2.
You're gonna make $2.2 million in 10 years?
I'm not DMX.
Okay.
I'm just saying, give him a punishment that's fit for that. If you're gonna give him a year in prison and then still have him make him pay the $2 million, then what's the point?
How's he gonna make that money?
Right. I agree. I don't think he should.
It's dumb.
But he's still gonna be getting residuals and stuff while he's in jail.
That's why while he's in jail, we should all be buying DMX music. So when that's why with all these creeps and these cretins and these crumb bums that are out there, R. Kellys and whatever, I love DMX, but he can't keep his nose clean. This guy, I think he's a solid dude. He's a talented guy, had a couple of hits.
Just needs a tax man.
He sobbed as his lawyer, Murray Richmond, recalled his client's nightmarish childhood while the music was playing. Richmond asked the judge to listen to the client's songs.
I really love that. I
would have loved to have been in there. Your Honor, if I could just play you this song, Slippin', it might give you a bit of a feeling into where my client is coming from. His awful childhood, Your Honor, and DMX bobbing his head along with it. You can hear the raw Earl. You can understand him genuinely, and the judge allowed it and then gave him a year.
All right, you're in the same situation. What song are you going to play while the judge or while your lawyer reads off different things that make your life, like your life story, your sob story? What's your song to convince the judge to let you go free or reduce your sentence?
Your Honor, if I could play a song for my client that might best explain his sordid life and terrible childhood. Your Honor, you can see the raw Allen in this, the tears, the pain in the... all right.
Mine's going to be Everybody Hurts by R.E.M.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Everybody Hurts. Oh. Not the sad Hulk music?
No, not the sad Hulk music.
Here's Pound Cakes. Your Honor, if I could, please. What's your song, Pound Cake? When the judge looks at you and says, all right, I'll allow your client to play a song and try to sway this jury from his 19 counts of wanton sodomy.
You never call me when you're sober.
Who is that? You never call me when...
Evanescence?
Yeah, but didn't somebody else have a song like You Only Call Me When You're Drunk, or...
Oh,
you never...
You're talking about Lady Antebellum.
Yeah.
I Need You Now.
No, that one's called Need You Now. I thought somebody had a song called You Only Call Me When You're Drunk, or... Yeah, whatever. This is your song? You only call me when you're never call me when you're sober?
I'm going to jail for excessive sodomy.
Yeah.
Did you say you're going to jail for aggressive sodomy?
Excessive.
Oh. What is excessive sodomy? I mean, what's a natural amount of sodomy? When do you cross the line into excessive?
I don't know. That's for the judge to decide.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Call me when you're sober. This is when she was still with that Seether dude. They had a very weird relationship.
My client has lived a very difficult life.
Uh-huh.
He was a child of very little means, really. I mean, his mom worked her ass off to take care of him. He just didn't appreciate it. And he was always mean to her.
I was not mean to my mom.
He was just a real dick to his mom.
You
know what?
Lawyer.
Put her in jail.
Her?
Put him in jail. Whatever.
Uh-huh.
You got the streets wanting you, sucker. That's what I'm going to say as they carry me away.
And though you fight to stay alive, your body starts to shiver. For no mere mortal can resist the evil of the thriller.
Can I change my song?
I miss Vincent Price. No, you can't, because I'm going to give people $1,000 here. Good luck.
Your shot at $1,000 now. Text the keyword money to 200-200.
You'll get a text confirming entry plus iHeartRadio info.
Standard data and message rates apply.
That's money to 200-200.
Good luck from WMMS.
What's your song?
It's going to be Daddy Wasn't There. I'll get some sympathy from that one.
By whom?
I don't know. Austin. I just remember the Austin Powers version.
Daddy wasn't there?
Daddy. Daddy wasn't there.
Oh, I don't know that one.
To take me to the fair to change my underwear. Daddy wasn't there.
Okay. Daddy wasn't there. I don't have it.
No, you wouldn't.
All right. Sorry, buddy. All right. Let me break. We'll come back, wrap everything up. Want to get the last word in. Send a text, 35192.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS. And everywhere.
Hey, thanks for watching, guys. Pound Cake's camera died there at the end of the show, so I don't know what that's about. But we will be back next Friday. But I don't think we're going to do the live stream because we're not going to have the bandwidth for it. So we'll probably do some stuff during the week.